Nick.
Hello, Tys.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode number 129.
129
of Nick, Tys and
the Richter
Videotape.
scale.
Yes, and we're here today talking about one of my favourite comic book movies. This jumped right up in my estimations.
It was when it came out, Tyson.
I'm still
frothing it?
full of love for this film.
Well,
we are talking about Guillermo del Toro's Blade 2 from 2002.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah,
a lot of twos.
A lot of twos in that.
A lot of twos in this show.
There, number twos?
The number two, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. There's two of us.
There are.
Yep. We're going to talk Blade 2.
Skak is not landing at all.
Let it land. Come on.
I'm cutting it loose.
All right.
But yes, thank you for joining in, ladies and gentlemen. We are very happy to have you here. Nicholas, why don't you tell the people where they can find our show?
All right. Oh, hey, ladies and gents. What's going on? How are you? Hope you're well. Hope your podcast listening is fun. Let's skip over this bit.
What do we usually do?
No, I just like to change it up a bit every time.
Fair enough.
Because normally if this is me, if I'm listening to this part in the podcast, this is why I like to talk in this part, so they're like, oh, maybe he's going to say something different. Otherwise, it's just boop boop, and they skip that part.
Yeah, good point.
Change it up. You don't know.
No,
we might tell you the secret of life right now.
Bit of sizzle.
Bit of sizzle. What have I got? I got nothing. No, I don't. I've got a little something. When making a tea, leave the bag in.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I'm all about bag in.
You really? Are you a bag in drinker?
100%.
Oh, no, it's a full pass.
Until the last bit of tea is drunk.
Oh, shit. No, I don't want a wet, soggy bag in my tea.
Nah, I'm all about it.
Anyway, I don't drink moss water. Anyway, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. All this and more on today's episode of Nick, Tys and Videotape.
Exactly. Thank you for joining us. If you do listen to us on any form of podcasting forum that you can rate, review, subscribe, star, then we would love it if you were to do that. The main one that we like is obviously Apple Podcasts. Apart from that,
yes, a little bit dry on the ratings and reviews, people.
Oh, a little bit dry.
It's been a while,
man. 2020. Come on, where are the views?
That's it. Let's bring in the 2020s.
Yeah,
with some love for Nick and Tys.
Yeah, man. If you're a mad listener and you haven't reviewed, well, that's a little harsh, don't you think? Come on, we're doing 129 episodes. What do you want? What do you want from me? God damn it! I'm trying to live here. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. But if you do like us, rate, review, star, all of those things. Other than that, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do have a Gmail account if you wish to write us some correspondence.
Please
Jesus, Tys, you got a lot of notes there, man.
Oh yeah,
did you like Blade 2?
I did.
Okay, fuck. Okay, shit.
You just wait.
Yes, do all those things. Follow us everywhere. Download the LETTERBOXD app because Tys and myself are mad fans of it. You can see what we're watching. Tys is going through a mad horror phase, which I love, which we'll talk about later.
No, I don't know how that happened. It's completely accidental.
Which is so good. I'm loving it. And I myself am starting at the top of the Bond, going from Dr. No all the way to the end.
That's it. You can see what Nick thinks of all the Bonds.
Exactly.
I think I might be joining in soon. We'll talk about that later.
Ooh, I like it.
Nick.
But yeah,
is that it? Is that
that's it, man.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. It was long.
It was.
I like to make it windy.
A bit windy.
Yeah,
yes.
I got a little angry there.
That's all right. If there's one thing that can be said about us, we are full of wind.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to forego our usual opening to the show.
Well, we are
because there was nothing.
There was
talking trailers is dead.
Clearly no one wants to put out a trailer anymore.
I know, right?
Suck it.
We will say that by the time this episode comes out, there will be a trailer for Candyman.
There will be.
I was hoping that it would land
today,
just as we were about to record, so we can watch it.
Nothing. Should we have a quick quiz? Still nothing?
Does post during the recording, maybe we'll have a look and we might do a cheeky re-edit in later,
right,
of our reactions to it.
That's right.
In which case I'll remove all of this and it will be like it never existed. But if you're wondering why we didn't mention anything about it, because I know I'm pretty excited for this, and I think a lot of people are.
Aren't you? Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Candyman?
Yeah.
The remake?
Jordan Peele.
Okay.
I mean, he's producing it, so it's not quite the same.
As much as Quentin's, produces those
I think
westerns that came out in the 90s.
I think it might be a little bit more than Quentin slapping his name on every weird martial arts movie that came out.
During the 2000s, everything was slapped with Quentin Tarantino Presents. And everyone bought it hook, line and sinker. Even me.
But because we're not going to talk trailers, Nick, let's jump straight into our feature prez.
Feature prez.
And now for our feature presentation.
powers of darkness fear nothing but one man. Blade.
We represent the ruling body of the vampire nation. They're offering you a truce. They want to meet with you.
You sure about this?
They'll take us in deeper than we've ever been.
Now, those he has sworn to kill need his help to fight a new breed of terror.
They're no longer top of the food chain.
Our forces are ready to fight, but we need a leader.
Let me get this right. You want me to hunt them? For you?
Ooh, so exciting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer.
Here I am, Blade. Wesley Snipes.
Not know who you are messing with!
Blade 2.
So, Nick,
Tyson.
Blade 2. We're here.
Blade 2.
Now, I think we'll discuss the context first.
Oh, sure.
How do you feel about Blade 1?
I like it. I went through a mad Blade phase. Back when I remember a guy at high school, he knew I liked films, and he was going around to everyone because he was one of, because no one saw Blade 1 at the cinema. No one.
No, I don't think I did, no.
Yeah. He was the guy who did. And he went to high school the next day. This is year 12, year 11. Came
Yeah.
and he said, "Have you seen Blade? Everyone needs to see Blade. Go see Blade." We were like, "Can you go away? Can you, like, are you going to the canteen? If I give you $2, can you get me Coke?" Like that was the mentality of this kid. I was like, "Man, get away from me, man. God damn.
That
Have
is
a shower. God damn,
an
you stink."
ultimate high school conversation. I love it. I wonder how many times that happened in my existence of high school.
Are you
hey,
going?
man, are you going to canteen?
Are you going to canteen? If I give you $2, can you can pocket $1.50. You can pocket the 50 cents. I'll give you the $2.
Oh, I was thinking the other way around.
Oh, really?
I was thinking like a Coke is $2.50, and you're like, if I give you $2, I'm sorry, I know.
Can you just spot
I know,
me a
yeah. Can you lend me the other 50 cents, and can you also bring it back for me because
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
going?
I think his name was Chris. Anyway.
Fuck you, Chris.
Yeah, Chris, man, give me a Coke. No, I'm kidding. Give me a Dr. Pepper. Yeah, so around that time, he was the one who saw Blade. So I didn't care. And then I saw it. And that start 15 minutes, man, or 10 minutes.
Yeah,
how
the scene in the nightclub.
The scene in the nightclub
Yeah.
where it sprays blood while the beat drops, and you wanted to be there. It was badass. You wanted to be a vampire. This is way before Twilight was even a blip on the fucking radar, which is great. Nothing against Twilight. No, everything against Twilight. Sucks. But it was insane. You loved it. It was great. Not only that, it had Wesley Snipes, who we all loved from... what was the last thing that you saw him before? It would have been... Because I was watching White Men Can't Jump like on a rotation at that point.
Yeah, but see, that was 90 or 91, I want to say. Maybe even 92.
Okay.
I don't think there was much between... Like, not much of high-profile stuff for
not
Wesley.
in the middle, yeah.
I mean, speaking of, we had obviously last week we had Demolition Man, but between Demolition Man and this
Double act. Wesley Snipes, Demolition Man.
I know. I love how
Blade.
we've
This is
managed
what
to
we-
do a double feature of Wesley.
Exactly. This is what we do here at Nick Tice, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we give you. Come on.
Exactly. And we wonder why we choose the movies and we think that there's no logical reason for choosing them when clearly Wesley Snipes was on our brain and we just kind of went, what about this? What about Blade 2?
Time for some Wesley Snipes. Yeah, there was nothing. Like US Marshals.
Oh, yeah,
Do you
US
remember
Marshals.
That was quite good.
I just had a lisp suddenly for a second then. That's not a bad movie. It's no Fugitive, but it's
But it's good. Yeah. He also did The Fan. Do you remember that?
Oh, my God, The Fan.
I actually don't mind The Fan.
I
Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes.
I must be honest, I've never seen it, but I know it. I feel like I know it intimately.
De Niro's one of those. He plays one of those old nutters who is a little bit too obsessed. with one thing. And it takes a little bit too far. But apart from that, Tice, no one's watching Money Train.
Oh, Money Train, of course. I take it all back. Wesley Snipes was all over the place.
Exactly. But yeah, right in the middle there was Demolition Man, which we did last week. Tune into that, ladies and gentlemen. But apart from that, I was a big fan of the Priscilla ripoff, which was Tu Wong Fu.
Tu Wong Fu.
Yeah, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. I didn't mind that. I actually watched that quite a bit.
I've definitely not seen that.
Yeah.
All right, so he did work a lot. This was very much...
But there was nothing like in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
It was Demolition.
This cemented him as like an action movie favorite for me. Like,
but
to the point where I was like, yeah, let's get Wesley Snipes in because he is fucking great.
But then, like, it didn't, like, Blade, yeah, sure. But it just didn't
really
take
translate
off.
to more success for him, unfortunately.
No.
Which is a bummer because I think he's an excellent action star. This is probably one of those situations where he is probably the most suitable
for this role.
Yeah. And it's like one of those situations where they went for the obvious choice.
Yeah.
And it works a treat. You know what I mean?
I don't know, the obvious role. Like, he played that character in White Men Can't Jump really well.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
but I think everyone knew that he could do action. I don't think it was a secret.
Yeah,
I don't think people were unaware that he was a martial arts guy. And so...
Which you could tell from us watching Demolition Man last week.
Yeah.
Like, he was pulling moves in there that clearly you knew he was like, actually, I can do this and this. Did you want me to do that?
Yeah.
You know, and they were like, yeah, man, looks good.
And he really, like, he obviously is absolutely perfect in this role.
Yeah.
I think it's... He seems to be having a fucking blast playing this role as well, which is a shame because I heard how much he hated doing Trinity. And got to a point... Have you heard the story where they CGI'd his eyeballs because he would not open his eyes or something? Or like he would just...
so many stories of Blade Trinity. I need like a book. I need like a making of like a retrospective of how fucked it is.
I really, we get all these fan docos about movies.
Exactly.
I want one about the shitstorm that was the making of
Exactly.
Blade Trinity.
Like when you watch, I've talked about this before, I'm sure. When you watch the making of Batman and Robin, like if you just pick up the Blu-ray.
Oh yeah, they're really good making.
They're really good. Yeah. And what Batman and Robin does was it pulls back the curtain and goes, okay, here's what actually happened. It was a shitstorm. There was no script. The toy company was calling the shots on the costumes. Joel Schumacher didn't really give a shit as long as he was getting paid.
Yeah.
And celebrities kept dropping in so much that we couldn't do our work. Like, that's how much celebrities kept dropping in to the studio just to have a look. They say all this in the making.
Yeah.
And it was great. I want that of Blade Trinity.
Joel Schumacher is actually one of those few directors that is completely open and honest about
what's happened,
what really happened.
Yeah,
I've heard interviews with him, and he's so refreshingly honest about it.
Yeah,
and he's not trying, but he's not blaming anyone. He actually takes a lot of the blame himself.
Yeah,
he's more than happy to say, you know what, it was my mistake. I tried to make a certain movie, and it didn't work out.
It backfired. Yeah.
But he's more than happy to talk about anything. It's a real shame because I think we might have talked about this before, but I like Joel Schumacher as a director. I think he can make really good movies.
Yeah.
It just so happens that now he's like the butt of many people's jokes, and I don't really think he works very much anymore, which is a shame.
I don't think he needs to.
He probably doesn't need to.
Yeah.
But who knows? Like, I mean, back in this wasn't the time. He was never like, sorry to go off topic all of a sudden. He was never like a megastar director. He was a bit of a director for hire.
But even Phone Booth made a bit of cash on DVD.
Of course, Phone Booth.
Do you know what I mean? Like, that was a good movie, Phone Booth.
Yeah. But you ask Man on the Street, no one knows who directed Phone Booth.
No. We know. Yeah. But ask them who directed The Lost Boys, even the original Flatliners. People are going to know who that was.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But everyone knows who directed Batman and Robin.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone knows that name. It's cursed.
Because he, and I've told you this before. I got that DVD because of the audio commentary. It's just Joel on Batman and Robin. And I listened to it. And right around the midsection, he just stops talking for about a solid 15 minutes and then picks it up again and goes, okay, I just want to apologize.
Yeah.
Okay. And just comes out with it, just like you said.
Yeah.
And just goes, look, I was being pushed around by producers. The toy company wouldn't leave me alone. I didn't realize nipples on the Batsuit was going to be such a big deal. Sorry. Yeah.
How did we start talking about this?
Blade Trinity.
Yes. So yes, let's get that documentary.
I would like that. Yeah. Come on.
Because I want to see the conversations about the fights that he had with David S. Goya.
Yep. How he resented Jessica Biel and my man Ryan being there because he was very much Blade works alone.
Yeah.
He doesn't do this, which sounds like a guy who's just done his research and gone, well, no.
wouldn't come out of his trailer unless it was absolutely necessary that he be on set.
Yeah.
Like if it was not a full-on front-on scene with him speaking in close-up,
he didn't go.
He'd be like, nah, use the stunt double.
Yeah. And to the point where Ryan Reynolds in interviews has said, I didn't work with Wesley Snipes. I saw him once. You know, all the scenes where you see him, where I'm in the car with him, he's not there.
Yeah. It's amazing. I really want to see that. But so it's a real shame that this series ended that way.
Yeah. Especially because 2 was insanely good.
I really, really like 2. And that's the movie we're obviously talking about today. We're talking around it at the moment. But
we'll get to it.
We will. I think Trinity, despite it, like the fact that it's even remotely watchable amongst all that fucking disaster is a miracle, I think. And
well done, David S. Goyer, man. Seriously.
Yeah, but he's also a hack.
Is he?
Look.
What? He's written some decent shit.
Yeah, but I think the thing about him is that I don't think it's his writing that's good. I think he is able...
Really?
He gets given very high-profile gigs.
Yeah.
And...
just phones it in.
No, has people that are smart enough to use his material wisely. I think when in the wrong hands, you can really see the cracks in his work, I think.
Right.
Because if there's one thing to be said about this movie, it's not the screenplay. If we talk about Blade 2...
No.
It's not the screenplay that I think is the strongest element by far. It's probably its weakest element.
And that's probably, the thing that I have beef with.
Yeah.
Like, in the rewatch, and we'll get to it, but because I held this, like, as soon as we said, let's do Blade 2, I was like, yes, I get to watch Blade doing it. I was so excited.
Yeah.
Watching it, I was like, no, don't do this. It's still good. It's good. And there were moments where I was like, yeah, I love this bit. I love this bit. Meanwhile, looking at it from an analytic point of view, I was like, oh, there's not a lot of bread here to eat, is there?
There is in certain aspects of it, but I think a lot of that comes from Del Toro. I think he obviously has. I've heard that he thought that people suspect this might have been more of a director for hire gig for him.
Oh, right.
He kind of, it wasn't something he was super passionate about, but he came in and did the work. But I reckon it's really clear to see, especially when you watch this in close proximity with Hellboy 2, that there are themes through this that he obviously resonated with and he wanted to explore and that make a comic book movie better in his eyes. Yeah. Because I think for a movie that's called Blade, I think he's less concerned about Blade than he is about the vampire cult, council and all the universe building of the daughter and the son and the council and
the Reapers and the Reavers are 100% him. That's him. He made that up, I reckon.
Whether or not that was there or not, the design of them, the sympathetic nature of what's his name?
Not Damaskinos.
No, that's the Caracas. No.
Where were you going? Baraka.
I'm naming Mortal Kombat.
You're naming Mortal Kombat.
Katana.
Definitely not. 2 seconds.
Goro.
Okay, stop. Goro. You idiot.
Shang Tsung.
Fight. No. 2 seconds. His name was... it was like a normal name.
What?
It was like a...
David.
Nomak.
Nomak, yeah, I've heard there's lots of people called Nomak.
Hey, man, that is actually, I'm pretty sure...
Nomak?
No, I'm pretty sure Nomak is very much a Mortal Kombat character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Ermac. No, it's Ermac.
Yeah, see, I was onto something.
You're onto something. You were there. Stay tuned for when Tyson plays Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah, and I just say, Toasty, for 2.5 hours. Yeah, so I think that's where he is most interested. But in doing that, he's managed to make Blade the coolest character out of, like, he's the coolest thing in this movie than he is in all 3. Yeah, like, I really 100%. Like him in 1, but he is fucking cool in this movie.
He is. He's badass.
He's an absolute badass. He kicks all kinds of fucking ass all over the place. He has the best lines, the best moments, the cool, like, he has, like, full... Look at me, I'm the coolest superhero ever poses. Yeah. Like, he knows how to direct a superhero movie and get cool moments out of him.
Yeah. So he knew what he was doing. It wasn't a director for hire.
But this is what I mean. I don't think he initially was super passionate about it. I think this is just... I like Guillermo del Toro. Yeah. But I think we had this conversation. In recent years, I'm finding myself struggling to emotionally connect with his movies a little bit. But... this is obviously not a movie that you need specifically to emotionally connect with, but I think I like his movies better, except for Pan's Labyrinth. Pan's Labyrinth is like this outlier for me where it just achieves everything that I ever want from a movie.
Yeah.
But when I look at, for instance, like something like Pacific Rim, right, which, could be called dumb entertainment.
Sure.
I fucking love it. Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
And it's another thing where it's about the moments, and they are awesome moments, and they are cool, and they are badass, and you love the characters, and they have to overcome massive adversity, and everyone loves the action.
It's true.
So that's he can do that really, really well. Just lately, Shape of Water, I'm a bit kind of like, yeah, okay,
really?
but I'm not.
You weren't there for Shape of Water?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
I just maybe I wanted to like it so much more.
Okay. Is it because you have, and you've spoken about it before, have that mad connection to Pan's Labyrinth? Like,
probably. It's probably part of it.
Are you expecting...
But then I find it fascinating that the same guy that directed Pan's Labyrinth directed Pacific Rim.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and the fact that I can love those two movies for completely different reasons. Yes, not love something where I think he's trying to do much more in Shape of Water, for instance. He's trying to do so much more with that than in something like Pacific Rim. But I love Pacific Rim so much more because I think it achieves everything that it sets out to do.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, Guillermo, in this instance, it's the best of the three. We're happy to admit
100%.
that? Yeah.
100%.
100%.
I just think that, I agree with what you're saying. I just feel that when, like, in this watch for me, because I was all for it, loved every single bit of it.
Yep.
Now, analytically looking at it, it does fall flat with it doesn't fall flat. It just misses some moments where it really could have gut punched you a little bit because you, and the main one for me was Nomac's character. Now, I am not for, that I'm not for the sympathetic villain, like in Spider-Man 2. Sorry, Edge. I think it's a cop-out. Sometimes it works.
Sure.
Sometimes it's there. Most of the time, I'm not for it. In this, though, if because of what's happened and because Nomac talks to Whistler. Because there's that family element, because of Blade's relationship with Nyssa, I think it could have leaned on it a lot more. And I'm kind of skimming to the end, but that amazing fight at the end could have been Nomac knowing that he has to die because he is an anomaly. He's a monster, and if he doesn't get changed, that he's going to rule the world. Because he wasn't. It's not as if he was out to rule the world. He wasn't there. He was pissed at his dad, essentially, for what he did to him.
Yeah.
And why he doesn't own up and own who he is. So the only reason why Blade and the Blood Pack were after Nomac, because they thought that if we don't do it, he's going to be, the Reavers are going to rule the world in less than a week. Because of their
That's
hunger.
The story that
They're
they tell.
fed, right?
Yeah.
Pun intended. But yeah, if they went in with that, if they delved into a story a little bit more with the ring that Nomac gives them, with a bit more of, I wanted an extra scene with Blade and Nomac, because you go from that rad church scene, right, which is badass, and then they don't get a scene. They get a glimpse. They get Blades holding Nyssa while she feeds, and they look at each other, which is a lovely scene. By the way.
That was a great moment.
Really nice moment. But after that, I need one more conversation between them. So
I see what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if they do, then the fight at the end has another emotional level.
Sure.
And you're really kind of, yes, Blade needs to kill him, otherwise it's just going to get out of hand.
Yeah.
But also the fact that, no, I don't know. Maybe Nomac knows, or something along that. Yeah, don't you think that would have been?
I think you make a good point, and I think there is the opportunity. There was the opportunity for a little bit more of that. Yeah. I think, and you're right, and maybe it's just that I'm thrilled that this movie could have even a little bit of that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like I kind of look at a movie like this and go, it's a miracle we even got some of that level of depth.
Yeah, sure.
Because it is there.
Yeah.
And
that's it.
Like,
it's there.
Yeah, and it might be, maybe in this day and age.
Yeah.
Maybe where we do have comic book movies that are 2.5 hours and do allow the time to sit and breathe and be more character driven.
Yeah.
Maybe then, we would have had that opportunity. I think at this stage of existence, 2002, the movie goes for, is it bang on 90 minutes? I feel like it's might be between 90 and...
I feel like it's a little longer. Wasn't it a little longer? Because I was like, oh, wow, 2 hours, really?
Is it 2 hours?
Yeah, I think it's 2 hours.
Yeah, right.
117?
Okay, yeah, so nearly close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, maybe we probably should have expected a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'm glad we got anything. The fact that Nomak is not your completely mindless global domination villain, even someone like... Stephen Dorff from the first one, his character's name is Frost, Deacon Frost.
Deacon Frost.
Such
a great name,
yeah,
man.
It is.
Such a great name.
But even his motivation is pretty kind of... it's old school comic book movie. He wants to awaken a blood demon and rule the world.
Yeah. It's a blue light going to the sky.
It's basically, it's that version. It's a cheaper version of that. Yeah. And considering how terrible that looked in that... Have you seen those deleted scenes and stuff? Oh my God. Oh dear. At least this time, it became something a lot more where there were actual character dynamics at play. And that's, I think that's rare and it comes off really well in this movie. Yeah. And even with the blood pack, you do get, like...
I love everything with the blood pack. I thought that was great. I just wanted it to last longer.
I know, they're a great addition and I'm sad that, aside from... We lose them quickly and really aside from Ron Perlman, they aren't exactly... Characters. Yeah. Oh, also Vince from Fast and Furious.
I know.
He's not bad. He's actually,
a dick.
Yeah, he plays
a dick really well.
Dick, doesn't he?
He does.
I for a little moment, I actually imagined just watch it as if it's Vince who has become a vampire after that car accident in the first one. Remember when we were like, he must have died, right? Like
he died. Didn't he?
Died. He became a vampire.
No, he became a vamp.
God,
that's gold.
And it works. He's playing just the same character.
Prick. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? He literally could have walked off set.
He could have.
Yeah, so aside from he's got a bit more.
Yeah,
Ron Perlman
and Vince,
they get something to actually do. Yeah. I think of people like Donnie Yen, and it's like, oh my God, you've got Donnie Yen in your movie,
and he's so good.
And he
looks good. His presence is there.
Yeah,
gets nothing.
No, and the fact that
he just gets fed on, and that's it. He's dead.
I'm like, he gets such an unceremonious death, and I'm like, as if we wasted an opportunity to have a Donnie Yen Wesley Snipes fight
kick off
at some point.
I know.
Like, why are those? Why was it not Donnie Yen at the start when those people sneak in, like Nessa and the guy that as a vampire ends up looking like the guy from Red Dwarf,
random English guy.
He looks like, how that there's the cat guy in Red Dwarf.
I don't know Red Dwarf that well, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
He ended up just looking like him.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
God, that's funny.
But that should have been Donnie Yen.
Yeah.
And they obviously shouldn't have been weird CGI.
Oh,
blobs
that's
dancing
bad
around.
CGI, man. Ooh,
it's
like
disappointing.
Even back in the day, like 2002, you're like, oof, that looked odd.
And it's the only part of the movie that I think really stands out as being dated is that, and maybe some of the music choices. Like the whole club music is just bad. Like, oh my God, this is 2002.
Bad. That was a bad rave. Because I remember, because if you look back at that first rave with the blood, it's very 90s, but you're like, oh yeah, I could still go there. This one, you're like, oh, I opt out. This is bad. This is bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go watch Netflix. Fuck this shit.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
It's the CGI does date it.
It does.
But I admired certain elements of it, though. I really admired the
pause and zoom in.
I think the camera work is really fantastic.
Spot on.
And I reckon the bad CGI is simply just
time.
I think ambition versus technology at this point.
Sure.
I think he was trying to do too much cool stuff. He wanted to do it. The technology wasn't quite there yet. If this had been 10 years later, I think we'd be looking at some of these sequences and just being like, this is outstanding.
Well,
but unfortunately now we look back and go, oh, CGI's lame. But and it ends up taking us out of the picture a little bit because we forget how well directed those sequences are.
Yeah. It does, because you're in, like, it's a beautifully choreographed scene. It is Wesley Snipes pulling those moves.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. And then the camera will pull out really quick.
Yeah.
And it completely ruins the CGI.
Yeah.
Whereas what he did, he learned Whereas the fight with Nomak, there are those CGI moments, but what he's doing is moving it so that it's more in depth. So you're getting a CGI shot coming at you rather than it looking 2D. Does that make sense?
It's not
so
as...
he'll jump off a wall and jump at you, which is CG and looks, kind of jelly, but it lands.
I do agree that I think the last fight, the CGI elements in that are more watchable, for sure. But I think in both of them, he does do something clever that I'm surprised doesn't happen more often, and maybe it's just that the technology is a bit more seamless now.
Yeah.
The way I can't pick the moment where it's no longer CGI.
Oh, right.
It just all of a sudden
will pick up
isn't CGI anymore. And I'm like, that's actually really good. The fact that I couldn't tell when you snapped it back in, but whenever it was, he would do some bullshit where he ran up the wall or whatever
and jump,
but he would land. And it would be back to Wesley. Except he never left the frame, though. And so you're like,
So where was the cut?
Where was the cut? Because it's actually really effective. Yeah. And so if only the CGI had been a bit cleaner and a little bit more, maybe 2010-ish, I don't think we'd be having this conversation.
Exactly.
Because, it's from no fault of ambition at all.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy what he tried to do.
Yeah.
How's the bit where, like... So he jumps out the building, the camera follows him down, he lands full superhero pose, camera spins around him,
with the bike?
Pulls the gun out, shoots the guy, camera follows the gun, follows the bullet, guy evaporates.
The guy.
Like, it's incredible as like a conceived sequence. It's only let down by the fact that you're like, it just kind of looks a bit cheap now.
Yeah, it looks a bit cheap.
Which is a bummer.
Yeah. One thing I will say for all the Blades is when Blade kills a vampire, the different effects and the different ways that he kills him still blows me away.
Yeah.
I love them. They look great. I could watch it the whole time.
Yeah. I love the one that they use for when they get sunlight or UV light. I think like
the blue explosion.
Oh, it's so good. And just the light, the way the light hits the other characters in that frame, I love it. It looks so fantastic.
Yeah. So good.
Yeah. And considering like I'm used to watching Buffy where it's like
what do they do?
Windows 95 evaporate to dust and fall out of frame.
Windows 95, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
Let's start from the start.
Okay, sure.
Did you? Okay, so I've talked about missing opportunities because that's what this was. This watch for me was just a couple of really big missed opportunities.
Sure. Okay.
That intro, that Wesker mission to get Wesker back, because that was Whistler. Sorry, I kept saying Wesker. To get him back, that should have been a better mission. Had that been like the start of GoldenEye. Or like a really rad...
It's funny because I actually thought it felt like a bit of a James Bond opening to me.
It just a little bit more.
Yeah,
I don't know. I felt it was not only cleaning up a clean up to get him back, but if you're going to do it properly.
There wasn't really
it just felt rushed.
Yeah, well, there wasn't an adequate threat in that section of the movie. Like, I think that was my biggest problem is that there was nobody that was a challenge. Like, it was literally and
that's fine. Don't have a challenge.
These dudes.
Have just a ton of them though.
Oh yeah, maybe
tons of
it's a bit weird.
There's
like 4 dudes.
Yeah.
And one of them is like this balding fat dude who like clearly is not going to give two shits.
Who rocks up throughout the movie. You're like, dude, what are you doing here?
Every now and then it's just like, oh shit, Blade's here.
Yeah.
And then cops it when he wants. All he wants to do is
red
just rub one out.
For some reason. I'm like, dude, can you fuck off?
Yeah. He's one goal.
Intro, I liked it because I'm a big fan of the character of Wesker. I think Whistler. Jesus Christ.
What is Wesker?
It's a Resident Evil character.
Okay.
I'm playing Resident Evil at the moment.
I've never heard that name before.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm a big fan of that character. I think
it's a great character.
I think he's really good.
It's kind of... I thought that they did more to show...
What happened.
Yeah. Because they straight up flashback, and I love that they straight up hear us previously on Blade.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. But, I thought that they did more to show. I thought there was newly filmed scenes.
I think there's deleted scenes where you see him in the chair, and because he hears the gun go off, it's the gun actually dropping and firing. It's not him shooting himself. I remember something like that.
See, that to me...
Does that make sense?
That doesn't... I don't remember that ever happening, but that's something that I thought... For some reason, I thought, yes, I did see something like that.
Yeah.
Because, when I was watching it, I was just like, oh, so hang on, did he shoot himself? Because they don't address it at all.
Yeah.
So did he shoot himself but he was already a vampire? Is that why he didn't die?
No.
Because...
Well, that's what they said. He was like...
He'd already turned too far.
Yeah.
And Blade didn't realise when he left him to shoot himself.
But he shoots him with a silver bullet, like...
Did he have was it a silver ball?
It's always silver in his guns.
Yeah, right.
So he would have died.
Okay,
That's
so
where it
are we
makes
missing
sense.
something?
Yeah. So for me, it makes sense if he drops the gun goes off, and he's not dead.
Yeah, sure.
And he just passes out because of his injuries.
So we got to talk about something.
Oh, sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. We finished.
No. I was done.
So yeah, is there a straight up cure for vampirism in this movie? Is that what we're dealing with here?
What do you mean?
What does he inject him with?
He injects him with. Well, he did that in the first one with the girl with the garlic detox. Do you remember he did it to the girl, the doctor? She was.
But wasn't it just because she had just been bitten?
Well, possibly.
And it was like a.
Well, yeah, they talk about it in Blade 1, how it is that woman finds out that it's a cure, and it's if you are bitten, if you're pure blood, there's no cure. If you're bitten, there's a cure.
So all the Wolfpack are pure blood.
It's just the disease. The Wolfpack are pure bloods.
So why isn't he just going around shooting the cure with dart guns, like he's hunting safari?
Don't know. Maybe because they're pricks and they need to die because they've obviously killed people.
Okay,
no, I could be wrong. It's just
I was kind of watching and I was like, hang on, mate. I was waiting
cure?
for him to explain why it specifically worked for him.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking maybe it was like some kind of, if you get it within the first 24 hours,
sure.
it stops it from taking hold or something like that. But yeah, but then I was thinking about it, I was like, hang on, no, he's been kidnapped for ages, hasn't he? Because he didn't even know he was alive.
Years.
Yeah, it's been years. So,
years.
And that's when when in my head I was like, well, what the fuck has he just injected him with?
Yeah.
And how is he fine now?
Yeah.
Is he fine though? Is he a vampire? Is Whistler a vampire?
Well,
for the rest of this movie,
it was
because we don't see anybody in daylight, do we?
No.
Oh, he comes out at the end.
He comes out at the end. Yeah.
So he's not a vampire. So he's flat out cured.
He's flat out cured.
There's a full cure in this movie.
There is.
That's not explored enough.
Exactly. Do you know what I mean? Imagine the mission to get Wesker. Him
Whistler.
with God damn it, with the cure, and him like
I'm gonna do it every time.
I am. He's going to inject it into the. No, it's a bit too Blade 1. Into the water system so that it washes over them and they all get cured. Imagine that mission.
Yeah,
sure.
But that's what I'm saying. Or just simply some dart guns.
Yeah, imagine a big bomb cure thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's done number 2.
Like the end of the Amazing Spider-Man, where the Crocodile Man is trying to.
Crocodile
what's
Man.
his name?
It's the lizard.
The lizard. Thank you. He's trying to put that dust all over New York to make everyone lizards.
Everyone lizards.
Blade just needs to do that with the vampire cure.
Do that. Why didn't we think of that?
I think we've missed something. I feel like there's a reason why we can't do that, and we've missed it.
Clearly.
Because otherwise, why movie?
Exactly. What else you got?
I've got tons.
Oh, Blood Pack. Okay, can we move to the Blood Pack?
Yeah, we can talk about the Blood Pack.
I love the Blood Pack.
They're great.
I think we missed out on the Priest. The fact that he's called the Priest, we get nothing.
Which one is the Priest?
He's a cowboy one, with dodgy one.
Oh, he gets his head sliced off.
Yeah, it looks like he sells like second-hand T-shirts on the side.
Like the long-haired ranger. Yeah.
He's not a ranger.
That's red hair,
my
man.
Blonde hair.
Nah,
He's a blonde
That's
hair.
red hair. He's all rang.
He's not a ranger. Pretty sure that's a racial slur. You can't say that.
Not. I am a ranger. So.
Oh, you're allowed to say it.
I'm allowed to say
Okay,
it.
fair deal. Oh God, the R slur. Jeez, didn't know we'd get that under the toes. Right. But yeah, he could have been good. I wanted to see more of them.
This is the problem with all of them. I feel apart from, like I said, Ron Perlman.
Yeah. And is his name Chupa? What's that big dude's name with the axe?
He's got the fucking baddest ass name ever. It's like Shadow Axe or something.
Oh, Reinhardt is Ron Perlman. Shadow Axe. Really?
What's his name? Or Lighthammer.
Oh, Lighthammer.
Shadow Axe.
Shadow Axe. His name is now Shadow Axe.
He's straight out of a fucking Warhammer cartoon. That guy, like,
he's badass, man. I wanted to see him mess up some.
Yes, but he's not a character. This is the problem.
Exactly. He's just a henchman.
He's a henchman. They try to do the character with him and the girlfriend.
Yep.
And it's like he's, obviously she's quite small and kind of this petite kind of almost like a waifish kind of character where she'd be like a really good bait.
Yeah.
You can see that they would set her up for bait a lot.
Or she'd be a quick like assassin.
Yeah,
she'd come in and just
and he's obviously this 7'5" fucking behemoth. And so there's actually a really good dynamic there that they explore a little bit,
and then it's gone.
And unfortunately it's gone.
Exactly.
And look, there is one thing. I love how we're 2 weeks in a row we've got my 2 pet peeves.
Awesome. What's
another one of my pet peeves is in any kind of vampire, zombie, blah movie is the guy who is bitten but doesn't tell the rest of the group that he's bitten.
You don't like that?
That trope drives me up the wall.
I love
because
that
as
trope.
soon as you see it happening,
You're like, oh.
you're telegraphing at least one scene in the future.
Yeah.
Like completely. Because imagine.
You know how it's
do you know what
coming
I'd
out.
love? For that to happen in one of these movies,
Yeah.
and then for him to get to the end of the movie and go, "Hey, nothing happened." Yay!
I wasn't bitten. It was a scratch. Yay!
Or it didn't. Or it was like I only got I got away with it.
Okay.
I got bitten a little bit.
We cured the mother guy, so I'm fine.
Yeah, it's all good.
That's hilarious.
Um,
One thing I do like though, we trained these guys 2 years to get to hunt you, Blade. These guys are shit if they've trained for 2 years. Jesus Christ, you
all they
guys
do
suck.
is shoot things. Really,
You guys suck.
Donnie
You
Yen
have no
would have given
plan.
Blade a decent run.
Donnie Yen would
What's
have been
Ron
very nice.
Perlman gonna do? Like, I'm sorry, Ron Perlman's great and everything, but he's not
He's great. What are you talking about?
in a fight with Wesley Snipes. Ron Perlman is getting destroyed.
Yeah, he's getting his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
He's almost like the Whistler. Thank you. Character with the bung knees, but he's just that slow, no bung
Yeah,
knees.
he's like he can shoot a gun and he can say funny things, but
Not really though. He's
No.
just kind of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
you're not that good.
I love how they just keep shooting the guns. And even at one
I
point,
know.
someone goes, "Don't bother, they're
Don't
not going to
bother."
work," and he just
He
keeps
just keeps
mowing
loading
them
it.
down.
Like, you know what?
Fine, don't listen.
Go for it. Go nuts. I do love how in that club, like they just mow everyone. It's
Oh yeah, collateral damage
casualties
all
like,
over the place.
Fuck 'em. Like literally everyone's dying. I'm
Well,
like,
if we're
geez.
assuming that the Blood Pack are all natural born
Pure
bloods, then they obviously don't have any respect for the half bloods
Yeah.
anyway. So they're just kind of like whatever.
Yeah.
These
These guys
weirdos
just have a virus.
Yeah.
These guys are just,
I know we all dress like
Deacon Fro- yeah.
BDSM.
Matrix. I heard that's a good film.
Yeah, and Matrix. Yeah, that's it. It's
'Cause you
it's
know
like
that-
kinky Matrix
Exactly.
is how they all dress.
2002. Reloaded just came out.
Oh yeah.
So
Can you imagine how many
they are
Matrix sex
frothing.
parties there
Are
were?
you kidding me? There were billions upon billions of them.
Put the number out there.
Put the number out.
There have been at least 1 billion
Of
Matrix-themed
sex parties. 100%. Do you know why I know that? Because when 50 Shades of Grey came out, actual S&M parties were a big thing, and the S&M community had to go out and go, okay, whoa, you're doing it wrong. Okay, stop.
There you
You're
go.
going to hurt someone.
That's-
yeah. Seriously, they had to do that. I'm
So
being
good.
serious.
So good that like,
because
guys,
of
you're
50
doing
Shades of Grey.
BDSM
No,
wrong.
no, stop. You're gonna hurt. Do you have a safe word? No.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
let's
got it all
start at the
wrong, guys.
basics. Let's start at the basics. For starters, you don't shove that in there.
I was about to
you're
say,
gonna hurt someone.
For starters, everybody's here to have a good time. If you ever got the idea that it's not a good time for everybody,
There's the
you're doing it
door.
wrong.
Come on, let's be calm. Let's be nice.
Yeah, so they
So yeah, Blood Pack.
they're not
trained
exactly
for 2 years.
trained
They're
for 2
pretty
years.
shit.
But having said that, the CGI versions of them are pretty good at like ninjutsu stuff.
They're pretty good.
They're all right
They're
at
pretty
that.
badass.
Yes, and well, I think they kind of get killed off unceremoniously as well. At least Lighthammer gets to break that dude's neck with his hammer in one of the most like guttural neck breaking sounds I've ever heard.
So good.
So good.
I don't know. Best neck break. Best neck break.
Man of Steel.
Oh,
Because it meant the movie was over.
Jesus Christ, no way. Do you know what comes to mind? Because I think it was the first neck snap I ever saw was Universal Soldier.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Dolph Lundgren he comes up behind the guy, pushes his knee down so he drops to his knees and just, and I was like, oh, can you do that, Dad? Can you do that? He's like, turn this off.
I mean, well, don't try it.
Turn this off right now. What are you watching? What
You
is
just
this?
turn up to school the next day.
I was like,
just busting up kids.
what's going on, Chris? Give me a Coke, you prick.
Ask me again to get a Coke.
Yeah, fucking asshole.
Yeah, and it's a shame that they don't get a better death.
Yeah.
Because they all just kind of end up in the sewers, and it's just kind of, they get knocked
just
off one
lame,
by
man.
one. But none of them really put up a decent fight, really,
Yeah.
in the sewers. Lighthammer and the girl, obviously, he
Yeah.
turns, so she sacrifices herself. That's interesting, I guess.
Sure. Sure.
The one who is the semi kind of smart leader one kind of just gets...
Smart leader.
He's the one that actually is at the start with Nessa.
Oh,
I can't remember his name.
Yeah, English dude.
He looks like a cat when he's a
Does
vampire.
look like a cat. He does look like a cat.
He just gets fucked up in the water, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He gets mauled.
Yeah. Donnie Yen gets killed by Lighthammer.
Yeah.
We've already lost Priest.
Yeah.
Chuka.
I love that Priest didn't even fight. He got just...
He just tried to shoot some shit and then he got done.
Man, he died. He died hard.
Yeah, it's if you know,
it
I would have
Chupa?
liked to have seen more capabilities from them, like in the sense that maybe they kill one of them, maybe they actually do kind of cause a little bit of damage. I mean, the way things are going, Whistler and bloody Scud have had more success killing these things and trapping these things than any of them did.
It's fucking sad. It's sad. His name was Assad.
Thank you. I do like how that club scene, though, if you had any doubt you were watching a Del Toro movie, as soon as you get to that club scene, you're like, oh, no, I'm watching a fucked up, gory fantasy movie.
This is very gory.
Yeah, I'm not watching a comic book action movie.
No.
This is flat out fantasy horror.
Yeah. Pulling the skin off the back and showing the spine. I was like, that's still very intense.
And the Reavers, really is it Reavers or Reapers?
I think it's Reavers.
Reavers? But yeah, the Reavers themselves,
they're scary as fuck, man.
When you finally get to see what they're capable of and just how,
Reapers, sorry.
It is Reapers, isn't it?
Reapers with a P. Yeah.
Like, they're merciless, they're fucking strong as hell, and then when they do take it down, like, this fucking disgusting, like, bloody H.P. Lovecraft monster comes out of their chin.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Their jaw tears apart. I remember when I first watched it first a couple of times back in 2002, and I was like, I thought it was really smart because he took what we knew of the Blade world, which was vampires. You know, it was gory, but it was vamps. You know, it wasn't that big a deal.
Sure.
And he really amped it up to 11, almost made it a horror movie. It's not really an action. Those vampires are almost horror elements of that movie because of that Reaper jaw just busting out and pulling people apart, and it was full on.
Oh yeah, and they don't shy away from the violence. And
they're not sexy vamps either.
No, and that's kind of nice to see. Yeah. We're not trying to make it.
These are from Dusk Till Dawn vamps.
Yeah, they're not cool.
No.
I like how they're also kind of like homeless people as well. Like, they're in like ratty clothes. They've always kind of look like they're sick. Yeah. They always they're like coughing and sniffing and pale and
scary.
So there's no glamour to them whatsoever, which is fantastic because I think that's a falling down of a lot of movies, a lot of vampire movies, is that they try to make them look too cool.
Yeah. You can either go either way. You're either going to make them look scary, traditional, or sexy. Sexy vamps.
But sexy vamps, vampire, but even
sexy vamps.
That's worked once in the history of all cinema has sexy vampires worked?
True Blood. True Blood was sexy vamps.
Yeah, but is True Blood a good show or is it trashy pulp?
Trashy pulp.
Yeah,
but, it's a lot of sex in there. People watch it. Man, do we have some titties? Yes, we do. We have a film. All right, people.
That's it.
Let's wrap.
Now we've got a movie. You know the rules.
That's terrible. Works. You can't say that anymore.
No, well, I mean,
no, I know what you're saying.
There are still people that that there are producers out there that is still, hey, are we going to get this movie made?
But also there are people out there that want to get paid as well.
Yeah. What else we got?
The fight scenes. The one in the church. The fight scenes are very 2000.
Oh yeah,
very very edited.
Actually, yeah, they are, but I think we get to see more than we would
normally
in certain circumstances.
Yeah, which I love.
It's not a bad balance for me because it's kinetic and it's high energy, but we still get to see what the fuck's going on.
What I do love, though, I love the character of Nomak, what he looks like, how he fights, the fact that he just feels fast. He feels very fast the whole time, and I love him.
This is adding on to a point I was about to make as well, is that they actually feel like a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
And this is something that I find really, really rare, and this is why I told you about why I love Thanos so much.
Sure.
Is because that first time I saw it,
he was
actually feared for the characters in the movie that I was watching.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you watch an action movie and believe that your main character is in danger. It's hard to pull off.
It's true.
And they legitimately pull it off in this because they present them as faster, stronger, and they can't be killed by most of the natural means. All they've got is sunlight. That's the only thing that they know that works.
They kill vampires and humans.
They don't give a fuck. They'll kill whoever they want.
Exactly.
And we've seen them make really short work of these apparently very capable vampires.
Yeah.
So they feel like a real threat.
Yeah.
I remember when they're talking about that, when Lighthammer's trying to kill that dude and flat out breaks his neck and he just brings it back onto his head.
Up. You're like, we're fucked.
Yeah. Donnie Yen wins the sword fight against the guy, stabs him right through the stomach. The guy just goes, oh, well, fuck yeah.
Runs up the wall. That is the actually most scariest thing.
Oh, that is terrifying, isn't it?
Oh my God. Not only that, you know what I do love about that scene? Even though it should be put in the middle, not at the start. That's the thing. Have the Blood Pack win one. We won one. Cool. Next mission. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have them have that 2 years get paid off. If you're going to build them up, do it.
I wanted them to be more capable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
When Scud gets attacked,
oh, yes.
that was intense.
The moment where he walks out of the car and there's the four of them standing on the side of the road.
Oh, dude,
and
run.
then they decide to go like Planet of the Apes run when they come to... It reminded me so much of the way like Caesar and Koba. You know when Koba does that bit in...
Koba is hands down one of the scariest villains.
Koba's another great example.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, there's a bit where I can't remember, but there's some apes in I think it's the second one, and they're on a distance, and then they just go and then just run. And it reminded me of that because obviously they use their hands and their feet.
Yeah.
And
Scary
it's
as hell,
it's
man.
creepy.
But yeah, Scud when he's in the car. Norman Reedus, by the way. Young Norman Reedus.
Oh, this
before
is
Walking Dead.
It's 2002.
2002, dude.
This is gossip era Norman Reedus.
Yeah. No, not only that. Is Boondock Saints?
Boondock had happened, yeah.
Boondock had happened?
Yeah.
Because everyone frothed Boondock. Everyone loved that movie.
Oh, yeah. Try watching Boondock again.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's a full pass.
It's awful.
Yeah, I heard.
Try watching that sequel. I can't believe I tried to sit down and watch that sequel one day.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to leave that in the 2000s where it belongs.
Well, the sequel came out in like 2014 or something.
Yeah, they tried that, didn't they?
Yeah.
How funny is that shit?
Because fucking Duffy, saved up enough welfare checks to make another movie.
Oh, really?
He's a piece of work, that guy. Have you seen Overnight?
No.
Have you seen... so this is the documentary about Duffy.
Who's Duffy?
The director.
Right.
Peter? No. I want to say Patrick Duffy, but that's obviously Patrick Duffy.
Yeah.
American sitcom star. Or Canadian sitcom star.
Go on.
Fuck, what's his name?
You got nothing?
No, I've got nothing. Anyway, so the documentary is called Overnight. And it's
Troy Duffy.
Troy Duffy, thank you. And so it's basically the story of how he wrote this screenplay, sold it to... It's Miramax, I think.
There's more one way to shoot yourself. Yeah.
And was like an overnight success the same way Tarantino was. They thought they'd got another Tarantino.
Right.
Worked at a video store, was that kind of guy, wrote this screenplay.
Yeah.
Anyway, what they didn't realize is that, yes, it might be a viable screenplay that could make some money.
Sure.
He's a complete narcissistic asshole.
Right.
And within about a year or so, they all figure this out and basically just deny his existence and basically just like, oh, we dropped the ball on this. We should not have given this guy a movie. And it's basically what looked like it was starting out as a documentary where it was like, oh yeah, we're just going to do like a behind the scenes of this rags to riches story. After a couple of months, realized that they actually had something that is going to be amazing because they just saw it all crumbling around him before their very eyes.
Jesus,
it is fascinating.
I've added it to my docos list on Letterboxd while you were talking.
Great.
How good is that?
You will love it. It is honestly, it's one of my favorite documentaries because it is just, you cannot take your eyes off it.
I love that it's called Overnight. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Can't stream it just yet though, but that's okay.
No, it's been out for a while.
Yeah.
Like it came out only a couple of years after Boondock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because it was one of those things where everyone's just kind of like, hey, what happened to that guy that made Boondock Saints? And then you basically show them Overnight and they're like, oh, that's what happened. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
right, gotcha.
He's dead now. He's dead.
No, he's still kicking around.
He's still selling shoes.
I think he's a bouncer or something.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yep.
Selling Boondock Saints out of the boot of his car.
I was about to say, yeah, DVDs. DVDs
what
of
do you
Boondock
got?
Saints.
Tell me some things.
So, yes, why did I mention that, though? Because Norman Reedus. We love Norman Reedus.
We love Norman Reedus. Yeah,
he's
Norman
actually,
Reedus.
Yeah, I could give or take him in this, but...
I love his character.
He's a bit interesting.
I think he's needed. I think he's different because you need to go to the opposite... What's the opposite of Whistler? Is this guy who watches cartoons, who doesn't give a shit about his tools, who just fucks things up, but is, hindsight, a slight genius.
Yeah. So he... I was thinking about it as I was watching it because I knew, obviously, spoilers, we've seen this movie before. Yeah. He turns on Blade.
Yeah.
Or he has always been, basically, since he'd been there, he'd been trying to...
familiar. Yeah.
Is there anything he creates for Blade that is actually helpful, though?
He does the bombs, the UV bombs.
I was thinking about that. He makes the UV bombs, but he also makes the one
that the bomb to stick.
Yeah, he makes the one where the handle doesn't work.
Yeah,
but he does make the initial bomb as well, and those things become very helpful.
Yeah, they do. They kind of why they win.
Yeah, he's probably like. I'm surprised that they worked so well if he was meant to be on the vampire side. I thought about that and I was thinking about a couple other things and I was like, I reckon there's a couple of times where he actually did help Blade quite a lot. But I mean, I don't know, movie.
I think he was in it for, like, he didn't really care. He was in it for himself. He didn't care who won. If he, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, so I was a bit iffy about the plan. This is one of those, what was actually the plan?
Well, this is the thing. This is my beef. There is no, like, it got really thin towards the end.
So the whole idea was everything basically was just to get Blade. So they'd tried to make this advanced race. They realised that they'd fucked it up hard.
Yep.
And the end goal was to get Blade there.
Yeah. And literally, again, for his blood. Same one as the first one.
I was about to say, it's the same as the first one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because they even have... I like the machine that he's on better this time. The one that it kind of...
What made sense.
It just makes more sense. Pokes through and... Yeah.
It just lets him bleed. The other one was good. I liked how it came down. The other one was like one of those old school... What are they called? Iron Maidens. Yeah,
wasn't it like an Iron Maiden?
Yeah, but it was a futuristic Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
I was going to say sarcophagus, but I just like the word.
Yeah, it's a good word, isn't it?
Good word.
Did they do something as well in the third one? Almost exactly the same?
Blood. I don't know. I feel like I need to watch the third.
I feel like the finales of these movies are very similar.
But I said I was going to watch number one before I watched this, but I'm too deep into the Bond.
This is funny. For a movie, like, I know that Blade 1 is a million times better than Blade Trinity.
It is.
I, for some reason, want to watch Trinity more than Blade 1. I don't know what that is about me.
I do. It's because Ryan Reynolds is in it.
I do like Ryan Reynolds.
And my man Triple H.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's funny in that.
The wrestler. Yeah, man.
And Parker Posey, who makes every movie infinitely better.
Yeah, she's always good. Always good. Jessica Biel, on the other hand...
Yeah, she does okay in that.
It's a bit of a pass.
I'm okay with her in that because I think she does the action stuff really well, and so she doesn't let it down in the sense that you're not watching an incapable performer in that role. It's just unnecessary. It's you kind of like okay. What was I saying? So yeah, these movies seem exactly the same at the end, which is always a bit weird.
Thin. You were talking about thin. Storyline.
It seems like they went the long way around to get Blade.
Yeah, they really did.
Where they needed him.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably 45 minutes more movie than we needed. Why didn't they just kidnap him?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just say, oh, hey, yeah, we're going to try... so we need you to come and do this thing for us. We're going to try and capture this guy, Nomak, who has got the gene.
Yeah.
And while he's literally in the building that they need him to be in,
zap him.
Why don't they zap him there?
Exactly.
And go, yeah, cool,
zap
here we go.
I think because they needed him to kill the Reapers.
So they actually wanted him to kill them.
I think
so.
All. Yeah, I think they needed his help because they're not capable. Clearly, after 2 years of training.
Okay, so okay, sure,
maybe I don't know.
So it was like, let's get him to kill as many of them as he can. When it looks like it's like, basically we've done all we can do, then we'll take him and take his blood,
and then we'll go from there.
Okay, that's cool. They don't make it very clear either, because I remembered when I was watching it, it took me... I was watching this whole scene and they've got him, tied up or something, or wherever they've got him, and I was like, when are we going to find out why he's here? I've forgotten why he's here. They do actually take
Blade?
A while. Yeah, why Blade is there.
Yeah.
It takes them a while to explain that.
Yeah.
And then they finally go and haul him into the other room, and you're like, oh, right, they're taking his blood. I gotcha. Right. Again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why they've tased him. Cool.
Yeah.
I think Luke Goss needs to be in more things.
Luke Goss? Good on Del Toro really for realising that Luke Goss, like, he's not the greatest actor in the world, but using him so well in this and in Hellboy 2, The Golden Army, playing essentially the same role.
Yeah. Luke Goss, man.
So very good. How long since you've seen Hellboy 2?
I've watched it once, man.
Do you know how, like, it is almost the same plot?
Yeah,
it is like he's an elf. He's an evil elf that has gone against his father's wishes and is trying to raise the Golden Army. Blah 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 blah.
Oh, same plot as Blade.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, that's hilarious.
And he's playing like the prince. He's playing Prince Nubian or something.
Nuseda. I can't say that word.
And it's the same
thing,
same kind of thing as what he's doing here. He's like the disgraced son of this magical race.
Damn,
it's really bizarre, but he's excellent in both. He does action really well.
He does a lot of movies. Oh,
yeah, but they're all straight to DVD. Streaming horseshit.
Yeah. God. Who does a movie called Zigzag and goes, yeah, we'll call it Zigzag? Oh, David S. Goyer does.
There you go.
With Wesley Snipes. Hilarious.
No.
Yeah.
And what? No.
John Leguizamo.
Post Blade Trinity.
Oh, no. This was the same year as the movie that we're talking about.
I was about to say, there is no way in hell Wesley Snipes is doing another David S. Goyer joint after Blade Trinity.
No, man.
I've got a couple other things I wanted to mention.
Yeah.
What's the rules with the UV light?
So when the cap is on,
Oh, that's fine. That's clear.
Yeah.
Why is it that sometimes it can go around corners and other times it can't?
Yeah, that bomb.
So the bomb
that was some.
Is it just because there was
2002 badassness?
Yeah, I mean it was great and it's a great scene.
Yeah,
but
doesn't make any
it's
sense.
light.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not.
You know what I mean? It's not fire. Yeah, that's what I kept thinking. It was like because in the first instance she just hit around a wall when the grenade went off, and I was like, okay, so it's direct light. Okay, I can buy that direct light, but light can't change directions.
It can't move. Yeah,
unless it's reflected off something.
Sure.
So suddenly this bomb becomes like
a firebomb.
A firebomb.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was a bit disappointed about that because I'm like, it kind of breaks the rules a little bit.
It does.
I mean, it should be so bright, it's ridiculous.
It should be insane. Which makes sense then, because it would kind of, if it is so bright, then it would bounce off reflecting surfaces, i.e. the water. But that water was pretty brown.
Oh, and the fact that you can just hide underwater, but you can't hide behind walls.
I was like, I don't know about that.
Man.
Come on. What are we doing here? At least a nice burn, you know.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, that's just a little nitpick.
Yeah. I wanted a little bit. Remember in Blade 1, I don't mean to reference, but or compare, sorry. But remember the massive fat vamp that was sitting there fighting with the thing?
Yeah.
I wanted a scene like that in this one where it was just disgusting and messed up. Like we kind of had that with the autopsy.
Holy shit, that is gnarly as.
That was good,
God.
wasn't it? Jeez, that was good. It was the squeezing of the tooth for me that really did my head in. Squeeze that tooth, and I was like,
you can almost hear him laughing off screen with glee while he's directing that scene.
Make it Gloria. Make it Gloria.
Exactly. Grosser. Pick up the tooth. Squeeze it.
Grosser. Yeah.
And he's like, cut him open. I'm not going to cut him open. She's
I'm not
so funny.
I'm not going to open that mouth.
Oh, God.
And Blade just smiles and goes, Sissy. So I'm like, you're hilarious, man.
I did have I had a note about this.
A lot more smiling.
Wesley Snipes, I love how much... It's not Wesley Snipes. I love how much Blade, the character, loves what he does.
Yeah.
It gives me great joy.
He's in charge in this one. Like, he really is. It's
Wesley Snipes, it's either Wesley Snipes' choice or it's Del Toro's specific choice. Blade in Blade 1 is a bit of a sourpuss.
Yeah.
But in this,
he's cracking wise.
He's having a good time,
really
and I love
time.
it. How good is the bit where Ron Perlman's like, "I got you," and he looks at him, cracks the biggest grin ever, and you see that he's got the gun on him too, and he's just like flashing the pearly whites.
Yeah, but my favorite also is when he's neck deep in Reapers, and he drops the grenade and goes, "You don't understand who you are fucking with,"
and
that is
epic. That is.
Yeah.
He says that in part 1 as well, doesn't he?
No.
You don't know who you're fucking with. These guys,
I don't think so.
They don't know who they're fucking with.
I don't think so.
Because in this one, he says you obviously do not know who you are fucking with.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a throwback to a line in number 1.
Oh, okay. I'll watch number 1.
I mean, there's nothing better than some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
Yeah.
Which is obviously the greatest line in any action movie ever.
He throws the needle up in the air, then roundhouse kicks it into the man's head.
Yeah, that's a great death.
Come on, man. Blade 1 is badass.
Yeah, but
badass.
I'm going to put it out there. The most badass moment in this film.
Ooh.
And it made me laugh with how great it is. So we get a really excellent fight scene. Right, so he basically when he gets he falls into the blood.
Oh yeah,
comes up like man, it's like
I love that always there's this
phoenix from the ashes.
Yeah,
like it's just
at the end of both Blades though, he's always bare chested with the vest again.
Yeah,
both Blades.
He loves it, except in the third one where he's wearing that red skivvy.
Oh,
it's like a turtleneck.
Yeah,
I think it is a turtleneck. It's a red turtleneck because he probably didn't want to get his. He was like, nah,
it's a skivvy.
I'm not getting in shape again, guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to jail soon. It's fine.
Yeah,
I'll lift some weights then.
I haven't paid a shitload of taxes, man.
Guys, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't paid taxes in like 20 years. So this isn't going to... I'm going away for a long time.
All this money's fucked. God damn it. You really should have done it. What do you want me to do? Yeah, I'll do that. Tell me maybe how much you pay. $500. Yeah, look, I need it.
Oh, God. That's really funny. So we get he comes out.
Yep.
Fucking
ripped.
Murders all these dudes.
Yep.
Has the great moment with Ron Perlman where he goes to get him with the sword and he just fucking catches it and bends it and he's just like, no,
not happening.
Cuts him in half.
Yep.
And Whistler pings him the sunnies.
I hate the scene.
And he's like, yeah, motherfucker, I'm wearing my sunnies. No. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I hate it.
Because it happens in the first one. It's a throwback too.
It's a throwback. I know.
And I love that because it 100% is in line with the character because it's one of those characters where, you know,
he's not complete with
he's wearing his sunnies day and night, inside, outside, doesn't matter. I've got my sunnies on
during swimming,
and so it's a perfect way to probably it's a perfect way to kind of let you have a laugh, but also acknowledge it in story that it's just like, hey man.
We're getting ready.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to rock.
I mean, it's like Indiana Jones putting on his fucking fedora, man.
No.
It's great. It is absolutely wonderful.
All right, fine.
And then Whistler just shoots a whole bunch of babies.
Yeah.
I love how it's just
embryos.
Like, no mess.
Embryos, but just far.
Like,
I'm like, oh,
he's
Jesus.
not even doing it in any kind of like classy, tasteful way. Like, it's not like we're getting bombs put around and we'll just see an explosion later. He just flat out mows them down. Take that, you babies.
We're not having this shit here. Yeah.
Oh, fuck me, that's funny.
I think... God damn it. I think the character of Nyssa is a little shallow. Do you think? There's not really much of her?
No,
is there?
It's disappointing. I actually didn't realise that it was... like I've forgotten just how easily she dies at the end. It's like she doesn't even put up a fight. I remembered there being a bit more of... It was a bit more tragic that she was bitten.
That she was bitten. Yeah, see, that's
I forgot
the thing.
that she just offered it. She was just so defeated by the whole situation. She was like, I'll just fucking do it.
But that's where, like, yeah, I think it could have built up the drama a little more.
Well, apparently there were scenes cut where they had a much closer relationship and that was legitimately like a romantic relationship as opposed to just a suggested romantic relationship. Because he says, I thought her name was Lisa for the longest time because it sounds like he goes, Lisa, but he's obviously saying Nisa. He says Nisa a lot in this movie.
He does. There's a lot of Nisas.
Like every single time anything happens,
Nisa.
His first instinct is,
Nisa.
oh shit, it's Nisa, all right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey man, fuck.
I was like, I'm pretty sure you just met her a couple of hours ago.
Are we going to
bro.
get a scene where you guys actually talk about this, or are we just going to? And that's for me kind of takes away a little bit from the tragedy of the ending. What do you like better, 30 Days of Night, Blade 2, the ending? Same ending.
Really, it literally is the same ending.
I like the 30 Days of Night one better.
Yeah, I like
personally.
the 30 Days of Night better.
Yeah. Because I'm like tearing up in the 30 Days of Night one because I feel it.
That was a bit intense.
In this one, I'm kind of like,
I do.
Blade's going to have more adventures. It's going to be fine. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh.
Next episode on Blade.
Yeah, and next time on Blade, exactly. Because Whistler's just hanging back there like,
he's like,
can we just get this done?
He's cleaning up. He's getting gold. He's like, hey, I got to pay for this shit. I've been fucking 2 years away. I get it. Someone fix my knees. That's a lot of surgery.
He's picking up scraps to make a whole bunch of new shit. And she's like, is she toast yet? Can we go?
I don't know what that is. I'm taking that. What is that?
Yeah.
I'll take that. Put that in the car.
Let's get the fuck out of here, Blade.
Yeah. Let's get some guns. What are you looking at?
That Whistler's just a cranky old motherfucker.
That's the best bit.
Like, just what's he call him? Like, I'm gonna take advice from some guy who looks like a nipple. Is that what he says? Looks like a goddamn nipple.
God damn it. Yeah.
Chris Christopherson. I'll
How
tell you
good
what.
is he?
I'm a fan of Chris Christopherson.
Yeah.
Payback. You seen it? Like he's great in Payback. Oh, you gotta watch Payback.
Payback is Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
No.
But it's so funny how to our generation he's probably best known as the cranky old guy from the Blade movies. But he's Chris Christopherson, country music star and fucking classic, Hollywood actor.
Yeah. 70s, it was all Chris Christopherson. There was nothing but.
And we're like, yeah.
They were like, yeah.
The cranky old guy that kills vampires.
We love Whistler. Shut up, dude. You don't know what you're talking about.
Well, that's pretty much it for me, Nicholas.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure... No, that's it.
The only other thing I wanted to mention in passing and get your opinion on is it a shame that we're not going to get another Wesley Snipes Blade? After watching this again, I'm sad.
Yep.
But how do you feel about Mahershala?
I'm all for it. I love anything that Mahershala does, although I wouldn't say never just yet.
Wouldn't it be amazing
if he just makes a cameo?
Oh, can we get him?
Something?
Can he be Whistler? No,
it needs to be an old white dude.
Can it be another Blade? Can it just be like?
That's what I thought. Like, if they
does he age? Yeah, of course he does because he was a baby.
Yeah, he ages because of the human part in him, but he doesn't age fast.
So we can't have because what's the chances of another woman being born?
No, but this is the thing
while she's pregnant
with what Marvel is doing,
getting born.
And the timelines and things like that, and Doctor Strange's multiverse.
Maybe cross.
We could have
maybe two timelines. Maybe we get old Blade,
and new Blade. Yeah. How happy were you when Wesley Snipes rocked up in that trailer of Expendables 3? Have you seen Expendables 3?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Is he only in the third one?
Yeah, man.
He didn't make it in the second one?
No.
So him and Antonio Banderas were auditions for the third one.
Yeah. Mel Gibson.
And Kelsey Grammer,
Fraser,
known action star. Fraser.
Harrison Ford was the fucking weird one. I was like, I'm pretty sure Harrison Ford is actually a legitimate actor. What the fuck is he doing in this movie?
The third one. Oh my God. Do you know, I kind of liked the third one.
Do you know, yeah.
And I don't remember any of this.
While I'm making my tea before I watch my Bonds, I literally just start watching trailers because of my Apple TV.
It's good fun.
Right? And I just go, you know what? Expendables. Expendables 2. Expendables 3. Watch Expendables. Expendables 2 is actually legit good.
Expendables 2 is the best one.
Really good.
It goes 2, 3, 1.
Yeah, 2, 3, 1. Yeah, 100%. But I feel bad for Liam Hemsworth. Did you hear what happened to him on that film? Jesus.
What happened to him?
He got bullied really badly by Jean-Claude.
What?
Yeah, man. That kick to the chest, he did that for real.
Why would he do that?
Because Jean-Claude's not that nice.
He's a weird unit, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not that nice. Because he's seeing these up-and-coming bucks. He's not getting paid that much anymore. You know, if he can push around his weight, he will. You know. It's sad. It's really sad. I thought that JCVD was literally going to be the comeback.
I know. It was to a certain degree. He did a couple of things, but then he went pretty quickly back to straight to DVD fare.
Yeah.
Does he not know who Liam Hemsworth's brother is?
No, I don't think he gives a shit.
He's probably not wise
it's not as if
fuck with
Jean-Claude's
Thor's brother.
Yeah, it's not as if Jean-Claude's going to rock up in the MCU, though.
And that other Hemsworth?
Yeah, I don't know who
Watch
that
out
is.
for him.
Pretty sure he does like...
Luke?
Does he do like...
he does straight to DVD stuff.
OPSM ads?
Maybe. He's definitely done some kind of commercial. He's definitely done a Neighbours / Home and Away / Doctor or something like that. You know what I mean?
Just Flying Doctors.
Water Rats?
Country Practice?
Oh, that's throwback. A Country Practice.
Halifax FP.
All together now.
Damn it! That was a good one.
I used to love
Acropolis now.
Oh. God.
This is a fucking good episode. I love this shit.
For those of us playing the non-Australian game, these are all television shows.
Really bad television shows from the fucking 90s. Back when people couldn't stream a season in a sitting.
No, you just have to watch it week to week.
You'd be like, you know what? I'm calling in sick. I'm going to watch Mindhunter again. Fuck it.
Good days.
Good times.
Nick, that's going to wrap us on Blade 2, I think.
Blade 2.
Love it.
I will watch Blade 2 again.
I will happily watch Blade 2 again. It's firmly established itself as my favourite again.
Favourite Blade.
My favourite Blade.
It is good. Do you know what I do like saying and that I catch myself saying a couple of times?
What's that?
Just randomly, because of his name, Damoskinos. I think it's a great villain. Damoskinos. The way that they say it, Damoskinos, you cannot do that. You know, I don't know why. I love it. What is he? Oh, I know where he's in. Yeah. Moving right along.
Nick, so we move on to our next segment.
Which is...
What did you watch this week?
Tyson.
Yes, Nick.
So tell us about your horror festivities.
Well, it was like I said, it was a complete accident.
I love it.
But yeah, I did watch a few horror movies, didn't I?
You did.
All right, well, let me...
What do you got?
I'll get out the diary and I'll have a little squiz.
All right.
So the things worth talking about. Yeah, right, I watched all horror movies. What a week. Who knew? So, I'll rattle them all off. Why not? How many have you got to talk about?
I got 3.
I've got 4. So
one is
that works. I'll go first.
2 is very quick.
Yeah, I've got a couple that are going to be very quick as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go from worst to best.
Worst to best. Okay, I'll do the same.
I watched Queen of the Damned again because...
I love that you watched Queen... I've never watched Queen of the Damned.
Well, I was thinking...
I have a lot of friends in Queen of the Damned.
Well, it was fun to kind of just... spot all the Melbourne-ness.
Yeah.
I think because we said that we were going to do Blade 2, I just had vampires on the mind.
Nice.
Was scrolling through something, just aimlessly looking for a watch, and for some reason it got to Queen of the Damned, and without even consciously thinking, I'd pushed play, and I was like, oh god, I guess I'm watching Queen of the Damned now. How did this happen? And I've got to be honest here, it took a few sittings. I got up and I had a ciggy and had something to drink and kind of played with the dog a bit and kept,
watching
back and forth, watching a bit of Queen of the Damned. It's fucking hard work. It's so trashy.
Because Queen of the Damned is a Rice book, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's a badly condensed version of the Vampire Lestat and the Queen of the Damned book.
Okay, sure.
But without any of the nuance, any of the really cool supporting characters.
Sure.
I had to look at some of the names of the people on IMDb because I've read a few of them. I'm not no expert, but I've read Interview, Queen of the Damned, The Vampire Armand, and maybe that's it. So maybe just those three.
Okay.
But so I'm just scrolling through IMDb, killing time while this piece of shit movie's wrapping up. And Matt Newton is in this movie.
Matt Newton?
Now,
oh my God.
Australians will remember Matt Newton for being the piece of shit child of Bert and Patty Newton.
Yeah.
Who, look, he has his problems, but he's also a bit of an arsehole, apparently.
Yeah, he's a wife beater.
Anyway, he's in this movie.
Sure.
And he's just playing this blonde-haired young vampire who's there at the end. And I'm like, why the fuck are you there at the end? And it's because he's playing the character Armand.
Oh, wow.
Armand is who... Hang on, I'm just going to clarify this.
Keep going.
Who Antonio Banderas is in Interview with the Vampire.
What?
I think.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just going to clarify that. And because at the time, everybody was kind of like, oh, he's actually not a great choice. Yeah, it is. He's actually not a great choice of casting for this because in the books, he's a perpetually young blonde
kid, right?
Yeah,
Or
he was
teenager.
turned when he was like 17 or something.
Yeah, right.
So it was always a little bit weird that Antonio plays it.
Yeah, everyone
But
had beef with that when it
Antonio
first came
is
out. Yeah.
obviously much, much better.
Yeah.
But the fact that I didn't even, like, this is a seriously important character in these things, and he's just hanging around being played by Matt Newton in the background. He has one line of dialogue, and then that's it. And you're just like, well, this movie doesn't give a shit about this chronology, about this world building at
Timeline
all,
or anything.
Even anything that is any significance.
Yeah, right.
Do you know it's also got the guy from
oh god,
not what was the show that had like Rattus in it?
Rat TV. No. Oh shit! You're talking about the ABC show?
Yes.
Oh god! Everyone's yelling down the thing at us. Water rat. No.
Hang on. I'm going to get there because this was the other thing that caught me off guard. I was like, I recognise that guy. He's an Australian guy, and his name is Mig Ayesa, the Ferals.
The Ferals.
And he's the guy from the Ferals.
It's not even close.
Is that Rattus? Was one of them Rattus, or am I making that up?
No, you spot on.
Or is Rattus from it? Yeah, it was Rattus.
Yeah.
Oh, that's played by one of the guys from the Umbilical Brothers. Who knew? Okay, so
not much to do in Australia. Yeah, you get work where you can.
Overseas listeners, if there are still any remaining, have no fucking clue what we're talking about. Anyway, so yeah, Stuart Townsend is garbage as Lestat. He's so not charismatic in any way, shape, or form. He is the biggest try-hard in this movie. He's the kind of guy that in 2002 you'd be like, you are fucking lame.
I feel really sorry for Stuart Townsend. Was it him who was going to be...
Yeah, he was going to be Aragorn. And God, those movies are so much better without his involvement.
100%, man.
The music is... So he's a rock star. Like, this is one of the storylines in the books, is that Lestat awakens after years of sleep because he likes the music that he's currently hearing.
Is this after Interview?
Interview is a bit funny because he never... You know that bit at the end of Interview? He's kind of... That doesn't happen. Okay. He's asleep. So... He awakens because he likes the music. Now, in the books, you can kind of just imagine what that music might be. But because it's 2002, it's new metal.
Oh, it's new metal.
So it's like Puddle of Mud. It was like the band that woke him up.
Christ.
Anyway, so the singing voice is Jonathan... Jonathan Davies from Korn.
Oh, from Korn.
Yes. So every time he sings a song, because he sings multiple songs, it's the guy from Korn.
Oh, that's hilarious.
There's so much bad about this movie. But the one thing I will give it credit for is Aliyah.
Yep.
As the Queen of the Damned in about 6 minutes of screen time in this whole movie.
Wow, really? And she makes the cover.
Yeah. She's fucking great.
Yeah,
she stops the movie cold. There is a scene where she just goes to a bar and just fucks up a whole bunch of vampires.
Yeah.
It's by far and away the best thing in the movie. She is mesmerizing.
Right.
And it's just one of those things where you just forget, like, what a shame. What an absolute shame.
Yeah.
Like,
I think I should watch this film. I've never watched it.
You'll really enjoy it because it's real bad. And you'll get to play Spot the Melbourne Landmark, which is always a bit of fun.
Yeah, Matt Newton, you prick.
Matt Newton, you garbage human.
Yeah.
Next, Nick, what do you got?
For me, well, as I said before, I'm starting my Bond marathon.
Very good.
That's what I'm going to be watching. So started at the top.
Are you going to do worst to best as well of what you've watched?
No, I'm just going to go in chronological order, yeah. Because, I had to start at Dr. No. I've never seen it before. Well, I think I have. I forgot everything. 1962, though. It wasn't... so in doing my research, they didn't really hit the Bond trademarks that they did with the gadgets and all of that stuff until Goldfinger.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dr. No is still a good movie though. I really do like Dr. No. It was good. The villain, Dr. No himself, was quite menacing. A little edgy, a little scary, which was good with his crushing metal hands.
Yeah.
Which was so fucking weird.
It's not a bad like villain kind of trait.
Yeah.
Shtick.
Yeah. I was watching it with my lovely wife. My wife and her best friend dropped in about halfway.
Okay, sure.
And while it was happening, Ursula Andress came out of the water in that classic scene.
Oh yes, of course.
And after that, it was just it was not great for the feminist movement or women in general at all. But this is the time, and they were like, "Oh my god, why are we watching this?" I was like, "You're not. I'm trying to. I'm going to go to bed. Fuck this."
There are some So yeah, it's
a
lot of the relationships in those movies. You're just kind of like,
they're not great.
This doesn't feel comfortable at all.
There is some light violence towards women, with a couple of light slaps here and now and then. It's not great.
Just probably at Sean Connery's insistence, I'm sure.
But as a film, it's engaging.
Yeah.
You're on Connery's side. It's great. I'm loving
I liked it. I remember I liked it enough.
There
was a little bit too much.
The music is
great.
dropping in and out every now and then, which is great.
There was a lot of. I remember at one point finding myself kind of twiddling my thumbs because I felt like we'd just been walking along the beach for about 20 minutes, or like secret agenting along the beach, like he's trying to the break into the actual Dr. No's secret lair.
Yeah.
Feels like it takes about 25 minutes, and it's not like
it took a while.
Look how fascinating and high tech this spying is. It's just him going from one scene where he hides behind a bush. And a couple of guards walk past, and then up to the next bush.
It's a little bit of exposition in there as well.
Oh, was there? I don't remember.
But that's about it. Like you're like, yeah, okay.
I just remember, fucking, if you're gonna make it this lame, just get in the fucking lair. Because he's there and he's like, I did like his little fucking cut off shorts that he was rocking.
Oh, so good, man. But yeah, watch Dr. No.
All right, Dr. No's your first one to start off. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
All right, my next one was I watched a movie I think you've seen as well, 1922.
Oh, yeah.
The Netflix original.
Stephen King.
The Stephen King story with Tom Jane, which I enjoyed.
It could have been better.
It's lacking punch. Considering I thought that story was like really something else. Like
watching that made me want to read the book.
It comes from a collection of stories called Full Dark, No Stars, and it was a deliberate choice because of the title to just write depressing stories that have a serious lack of hopefulness in them.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, you get to the end of each of the stories and you're just kind of like, ugh, God, humanity, you're fucked. And this was, he's made a few movies out of this one. I think Big Driver, came from this one as well, which is the one about the guy that drives big rigs and tries to kill women.
Oh, okay.
And
that's always fun.
Yeah, maybe A Good Marriage came from this as well, but I'm not 100% certain about that.
I remember watching when on the end of this, with how insane it was driving him, the well and what had happened. I was like, this. I can tell that they're sticking to the text. They know what they're doing, but it's just not translating.
No, and that's the problem. It never the idea, the way that you feel the weight of his guilt on you as a reader, you cannot.
You're not going to be able to.
Fully
you're not going to mirror that
in film.
Yeah.
They try and they do a decent enough job. I think it's, Big Driver and A Good Marriage are both in this one.
Oh, yeah.
There's another one called Fair Extension, which I don't remember, which I don't think has been made into a movie. But the other, so 3 out of the 4 stories in this have been made into movies.
Sure.
And it's just, I think there's some great stuff in it. I love the way that the ghost. Well, or it's his subconscious, whatever we want it to be.
Yeah.
But the way that it's just presented in such a matter-of-fact way. They're not jump scares.
No.
It's just...
It's him slowly...
He turns a corner or a door opens and they're just there, but it's not... There's no string cue. There's no sudden jump of the camera. Yeah. It's just there and you have to process that as a viewer, and I found that really chilling. Yeah. Because you're staring at it and you're like...
slowly seeping in.
I'm really uncomfortable watching that. I didn't remember any of the Bonnie and Clyde stuff, and I don't think that works at all.
Yeah. Towards the end, I
checked because I was like, I don't remember that being the book.
Yeah.
But I went back and checked, and it's all there. So
okay.
The other thing I do remember is that the well played a bigger part in the book.
Yeah, it would have.
Like
you can tell with how much they shot on it.
It's just the way that he would often take the lid off the well, and the corpse would talk to him from down there, and the rats would be swelling up, and they'd be like swimming out of the well and all that kind of stuff. So there's, they did some of it well. Others, I just don't think it fully realised. But Tom Jane is fucking great.
He's great.
I really enjoyed him in this.
He's always good. I hate that Tom Jane doesn't get more.
I know.
Popular work.
He's a bit like he's doing a thing and it's over.
Yeah, but still, it's good.
But I liked it a lot because I think it suits the material really nicely.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, so it's right down the middle for me. That was like a solid recommend, but it has problems.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
My second watch was In a Line, was From Russia with Love. Now, I've never seen this. I don't remember anything.
Yep.
I've always wanted to see this because of the title. I think it's one of the best Bond titles.
Oh, yeah, good call.
This movie was a bit of a snorer.
Yeah. I love it. So it's my favourite.
Yeah. I love it. It's your favourite. It's a hell of a snore for me. Only because, nothing kicks off until at least the last half hour. And they're not short sets, the Bond films. You're looking at 2 hours max. Or I think an hour 40.
Maybe this one feels long, but I've got a feeling it's not that long.
It's probably not. Yeah, it felt long as hell. Because it was, a lot of, hello, James, what are you doing? No, nothing. Could you come over here? Yes, I will.
Oh, yeah, it's just under 2 hours.
So it's a lot of nothingness just going on. And then, you know what you do get in this? You do get a couple of really nice action sequences, which is good because this is the one where they introduced Q, and some gadgets. So he did have the briefcase with the hidden knife. He did have, when you open the briefcase on a certain switch of the buttons, it would go off of a gas bomb. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And it was more, I was talking to Tys before recording, it was more of a thriller. It was more of a spy thriller than anything.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff on the train, which was badass, was more like, oh my God, what's going to happen, rather than, get him. What I did love, though, was the Russian agent is Bernard Shaw? Robert Shaw. So, midway through, I'm like, I know your mouth. I know how you're talking. Why do I know that so well? What's going on? And then I remembered it's always with the Jaws monologue.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew straight away who it was. And man, he was a massive unit when he was younger.
He's terrifying.
Jesus. But From Russia with Love, a little bit of a pass.
There you go. Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you got one more? Yeah, I got two more, actually.
Got two more.
So I rewatched Near Dark as well. Catherine Bigelow's vampire movie from 1987.
Gee, you're on the vamps, man.
Well, I just thought, why not?
Shit.
When in Rome?
I didn't know. This cover is burned into my brain because of the video store.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah. I'd only seen it once before.
Okay.
And I went back into my IMDb, and I was pretty high on it the first time I saw it.
Oh, you were jealous.
I was all about it. And I'm less so now.
Okay.
I think there are still some really strong elements to it. I think the last it gets better as it goes on. It's what I find, I think, disappointing about it is that the two kind of lead characters, which is played by Adrian Pasdar and Jenny Wright.
Yep.
So Adrian Pasdar, who people might know from Heroes, a TV show, he was Peter Petrelli's brother.
Oh yeah,
the
guy in the suit,
politician that was always in the suit.
That's right.
That could fly. Was that his superpower?
Was that him? Yeah.
Yeah. So he plays just a cowboy who runs into a girl in a diner.
Yep.
And falls for her and decides to he's like, I'll give you a lift home, and she's a vampire, basically.
Right.
And it just goes from there. They're not very good, and they're saddled with some really horrendous dialogue, and their chemistry is not believable, really, and they're not particularly likable characters. And so what ends up happening, because the film is basically wrapped around them, and it's kind of this deceptively hidden love story as well. Like you end the movie and you're kind of like, oh, that was actually meant to be a love story. Oh, yeah, right. I don't think that worked. so it's disappointing because for our two leads, they're really not working, I don't think.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because Lance Henriksen, Bill Paxton, Jeanette Goldstein.
Is that Bill Paxton on the cover?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And not so much the other guy that plays the kid vampire.
Yeah.
He's awful. But yeah, those three are fucking great.
Okay.
Really,
So
really
they're the reason
great.
to watch it.
And they're kind of the reason you watch it. So the first 20 minutes or so without them, I remember I was watching it, I was like, oh, why did I even like this movie? This is kind of like terrible. And then they enter the film and, and it's this breath of fresh air in this movie, and suddenly it springs to life. And you think, okay, cool, great. But is the movie going to go anywhere? It does. The finale, the last half is pretty strong, but you're still left with this kind of cold taste in your mouth at the end because you see this kind of closure of the story of these two main characters, and you realize that they're the least interesting characters in this whole movie. So it's a little bit hit and miss for me. I still rate a lot of it because I think there are some sequences that are truly outstanding. Yeah. But I'm not as hot on it as I used to be, which is a bummer.
Okay.
Yeah. So kind of gone a little down on it.
Damn.
But it's definitely worth watching if no one's ever seen it, because there are some, like, if you like your kind of 80s vampire movies, if you like the Lost Boys and stuff, it's like a meaner Lost Boys.
A meaner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meaner and grittier Lost Boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've kind of always wanted to watch it. It's the cover that does it.
Give it a crack.
So Catherine Bigelow.
It is.
Nice.
It's her first feature film, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, my last one is in the line chronologically is Goldfinger, and one of the best themes, still up there. Like everyone rates Goldfinger.
Bassey.
Man, Shirley Bassey. But yeah,
she's made for Bond themes. She's like Adele. It's like their 100%. Voices are made to sing Bond themes.
I kind of want Adele to do another one. So this Goldfinger is really when Bond steps in his stride. You've got all of the signature things. You've got the car which is what Skyfall throwed back to, that specific car.
Oh yes, nice.
You've got all of the gadgets. Q, Moneypenny, M. They're all doing their thing. There's when watching the other Bonds, not so much Dr. No. There was one quip. From Watching with Love, there was two, and in this one, he was in full swing. I was like, oh, wow, we're really in this now. But as a film, I know that I will want to watch Goldfinger again in the future. Only because it's just so, the storyline is so good. It's classic Bond. You've got him tied up at one point with the laser coming down on him. You've got the gadgets and the car chases, which are not only hilarious, but they're actually, some of them are quite well shot. Yeah. I was like, I don't know how you did that. It is still the 60s. What is going on here?
They were all filmed with them going 20 kilometres an hour and then sped up.
And then just sped up, yeah. But those shots you can tell that they're sped up. Other ones you're like, I still don't know whether that's a model or that's actually
some good
car.
model work. Love it.
So things like that. What is the Bond girl's name in this one? Honey, is it Honey? No, it's Pussy Galore.
I was about to say, isn't it Pussy Galore?
It's Pussy Galore.
It's all of it, the iconic stuff comes from this.
Things. Now, I thought because of what I've seen, waiting for the Bond girl to come in, I didn't know Pussy Galore was going to be a really strong presence. She beats the shit out of Bond.
Yeah.
She really takes it to him and really stands up. And then it ends in a rape. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a bit fucked up.
It's a bummer. I think a lot of there was a lot of stuff in Goldfinger that kind of turned me off. And I was like, if this is what the Bond movie is going to be, I'm not sure I want to keep going.
Yeah.
This is where I stopped on my watch because I appreciated a lot of the iconic Bond imagery. But I was like, I don't want to deal with all that other stuff.
And now I don't mean, like, rape is a very hard word. It was non-consensual sex.
Yeah, it just
feels not great.
It feels like I don't want to have to enjoy. I don't want to have to turn off that part to enjoy these movies. It's kind of like, we shouldn't.
But we've learned from.
We
that.
have,
that
of course,
definitely never happen again.
And there's always it is something super iconic. James Bond movies are crazy iconic. And we're watching them to acknowledge the importance in storytelling history.
Exactly.
More so than, like, relishing the choices that are made.
Or how life was and looking back and wishing
it's not like, exactly. We're not sitting there going, that's the way. I'm sure Sean Connery is I miss those days.
Who cares?
But yeah,
He
so
can play golf
I don't
and
know.
die.
It's an odd choice. So we choose not to think about that kind of stuff when we watch it.
But one thing that I did absolutely love about this film was Goldfinger himself.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that Goldfinger was his actual last name going into this. Again, I'd never seen this one. But yeah, the fact that he likes to wear gold, his plan in this is to drop a nuclear bomb not a nuclear bomb, but radiate Fort Knox so that all the gold is unusable, so that his gold is triple in price.
Amazing. Classic villain plot.
Amazing plot. Amazing. So not only that, the victims that he kills, he paints gold. Now, the reason that he paints them, they die. I was like, okay,
suffocate.
I can't wait for this. Yeah, they suffocate in the paint. And because their skin can't breathe, that's how they die.
Yeah.
And Bond goes, if he only left just a little bit of the back of the neck, she would have been able to breathe. I'm like, I'm sorry? What? It was hands down one of my favorite. I've never laughed and loved it so hard. It was hysterical. Not only that, there was a lot of throwback in Goldfinger to the original Austin Powers. Oh, sorry.
It's essentially, it's essentially the gold mine that Mike Myers
raided.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Pun intended, man. It's Bond. But everything from "No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die." Like that literally was in there. That line. He just lifted it out. Genius stuff.
Well, that leaves us both
Goldfinger
with Thunderball up next.
Thunderball.
Because Goldeneye was the last one. Goldfinger was the last one I watched in my last attempt at a rewatch.
Wesker.
So maybe we'll
Thunderball,
maybe we'll check in together after next week and see if we get to knock off Thunderball.
Because Tom Jones, I can't wait. This is the thing, because I've been listening to the whole soundtracks as well.
Oh yeah, they're
because
great.
of Billie Eilish. So. Tom Jones. I love Tom Jones. I've always wanted to. A tick off my list is to see Tom Jones in Vegas.
Yeah,
either that or Wayne Newton.
I'll go Tom Jones over Wayne Newton, I think. Yeah. Tom Jones is fucking great. It's unfortunate, like, he's one of those guys that I feel like we've missed his prime and it's just not the same anymore.
Yeah.
You want to see him, like, why
I
Delilah.
could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was a Weinstein. He was not a
Oh, really?
Guy. Yeah, I don't think he was.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that makes it worse.
Because You
mean the guy that sung Sex Bomb wasn't a cool dude?
Well, that's the thing. He did come out and say that he is a sex addict.
Right.
Yeah, and he did seek help for it and things like that. So he took advantage of a lot of groupies back in the day.
Right.
There are tons of books on them if you want to look up that kind of stuff. I'd rather just sing Sex Bomb in the car and get it over with. I'm kidding. I go to Thunderball. No, what's your Tom Jones song that you go to? It's not Delilah. Everyone hates Delilah.
No, it's Make You Love Me, I guess.
Oh, really?
Only because it's got the greatest intro of all time. That's a great tune. But there's something about that and him just going over the top of it. Where you're just like, yeah, all right.
Tom
We're here to fucking party.
Tom Jones. Tell me you're not wrong. That's Thunderball. Oh, fucking insane.
Oh, God.
So good.
Yeah, well, I'm interested. If I get around, hopefully, maybe I'll have a chance. Because James Bond, you don't need to go back and watch the first couple.
That's the best
bit. It's not like
bit.
continuity is important. You can just pick up at any point.
I'm just watching them so that I can compare them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, watch them all in one hit.
And if you're gonna do it all in one go, you might as well do them chronologically because you'll lose track and all that kind of stuff. All right, the last one I watched, Nick, is I watched Day of the Dead, the sequel to Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead.
Oh,
and
George A. Romero, my friend.
Now you might remember way back, one of our first Halloween episodes. I think in our first year we did our look at the Dawn of the Dead remake and the original. And I can't remember your exact opinion, but I was pretty cold on Dawn of the Dead, the original.
It holds a special place in my heart. It was my opening up to when I was at the video store. Me and a friend of mine who used to work at the video store with me, we were heavily into zombies. Resident Evil was a big thing, and we just frothed all of the Dawn of the Deads. So that's when the remake came out.
Sure. So I like it. So you like it. I think I was pretty disappointed by it.
You were lukewarm. Yeah, you weren't a big fan.
Yeah, and so watching this though, it felt like a bit of a... It came up on Amazon, and I was just like, I added it to my watch list age as well. I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like, it's one of those movies that I've got to watch at some point.
List, man.
Why not do it?
Yeah.
And I really liked it, man.
Did you really?
Yeah, I think this is much better than Dawn of the Dead.
Because this is the one I'm not a fan of.
Really?
It's really quite stretched out and long. I'm like, can this thing have some action?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel... Yeah, right. So we're having very opposite reactions to it because there's not as much zombie action in this one.
No.
When the zombie action hits though, it's fucking amazing. Holy shit, people get torn to shreds in this thing in the most creatively fascinating ways.
They're so good, aren't they? Because they almost catch you off guard because they happen so slowly.
Yeah, that's and you're the thing.
Because it's really slow.
All of a sudden, it's just like they grab the person, and you're just watching them, and their corpse while they're still alive, their body just starts to separate, and you're just like,
and you're like,
oh dear, oh no, oh yep. That's him in her. Oh, there's his guts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're eating that. You're putting that in your mouth.
And
okay, cool.
I was so overwhelmed with some of these special effects. I couldn't believe they did it. But I found the human stuff in this worked leaps and bounds better than it did in Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
I remember it's probably just me, and I'm not saying that you're wrong for liking Dawn of the Dead more at all.
No.
But I like what everyone sees in Dawn of the Dead. I saw in this. I saw all kinds of social commentary in this.
Yeah.
All kinds of criticism of military versus science.
Yep.
Like compassion versus anger. Means of finding peace. Going through war to find peace. All that social commentary I found like so strong and so well voiced in this.
Yeah, sure.
Compared to the kind of muddy, we get it, shoppers are zombies.
Yeah, it was more consumerism.
But for me, the consumerism in Dawn of the Dead is like a one-joke wonder.
Yeah. It's over pretty quick where they've got nowhere to go.
And what else do you do? It's like, haha, they're zombies and they're still shopping. Yeah. We're suckers to the dollar.
Yeah.
And now, like this one, though, it felt like the satire and the commentary grew as the movie grew.
Yeah, right.
And I was loving where it was going because you have really conflicted characters like the scientist who is presented as someone being like this worthy kind of like creative person who is doing the right thing, who is ultimately doing terrible things.
Yeah.
For a goal that we think is worthwhile, and so it creates this really conflicted view of that character now. And then you obviously got Rhodes as the army captain, who is just one of the most evil motherfuckers in the world.
Yeah, man, he's a mad prick.
But completely like understandable because of who he is. Like you look at where he comes from, what kind of like situation he's in. Of course, that is his natural reaction to this.
Yeah,
it all just made so much more sense to me. And when they had that. The scene where she, the main scientist, which is Sarah. Is it Sarah?
Oh, I haven't seen
Sarah.
Ages. Yeah.
So when she goes to the pilot's cabin, kind of their caravan in the bunker, because she's sick of staying with the military guys.
Yeah.
And they open up the back door and they've set it up like a Hawaiian getaway.
Oh, yeah.
They've painted on like a sunset on the wall, and they've got like little margarita glasses and deck chairs.
Yeah.
And they were just like, it's our little slice of humanity. I was like, this is so well realized.
Yeah.
There is so much humanity and love in this movie, and I think that's the thing that Dawn of the Dead is missing. Dawn of the Dead is cold and cynical. I don't think this movie is that way. I think this movie has a lot more hope in it.
Oh, really?
Okay. And that appeals to me a lot more. Even like Bub, the Bub. Zombie that has
I did like that. That was quite good.
Yeah,
there's a lot of similarities between Day of the Dead and 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. I lean towards 28 Days Later. I think
I'd have to watch that again because I saw it the one time, long time ago. Yeah,
dude,
and I think in passing,
the introduction of running zombies.
I've seen that opening scene so many times because it pops like it was one of those things that you studied and
just like
kind of if you wanted an example of some really cool shots,
that's true.
Turned to. But yeah, so I was really on board this one, and it's made me want to go back to Night of the Living Dead. And maybe do Dawn again and just see if maybe I wasn't on Romero's wavelength.
Yeah, sure.
And now maybe that I feel like I kind of am because and apparently he likes Day of the Dead as his favorite. He loves
as well. It's his favorite. Yeah.
And so I was I didn't know that until afterwards.
It's actually a lot of people's favorite. That's the thing. A lot of people prefer Day of the Dead out of the trilogy.
Okay, cool. Well, that's nice to know. It didn't seem that way when I was reading like reviews and stuff.
Oh, really? Everyone loves Day.
Yeah, but I think people like it a lot. There are some people that don't like it, but I think people still point to Dawn as the best one.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm looking forward to going back and seeing if maybe now that I'm on this different,
for me,
a bit of a different wavelength.
Yeah, for me, it's like Night of the Living Dead is great. It's such a good watch. I remember, and especially the commentary and kind of because of the year and because of what he was doing, the motto at the end of the movie comes out of nowhere, and you're like, oh wow, is that why you were doing this movie? Because that kind of it changes everything that I just watched.
Sure.
So, I remember liking Night a lot more than I thought I would, because when you look at Night, it is a really D-grade, slapped together, let's make a movie, we've got 3 days.
Sure. Low budget.
Really low budget. Let's just put it together. Yeah. Shots are all over the place. Gore is... simple, but if not existent, because they were ghouls, they weren't really zombies.
Yeah.
So he didn't really know what he was doing.
Sure.
It was great. Yeah, I'm a big fan. But yeah, man,
I've got the 1990 remake of Night of the Living Dead on Blu-ray, the one that Tom Savini directed himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I picked it up. It was like on the shelf, still in its plastic wrapping in an op shop for like $2.
Oh,
and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna sight unseen. I've never watched it, so I'm gonna watch the original and then watch that, because
cool.
I'll be interested to see what Tom Savini does.
Yeah, because he did make up for all three.
Yeah. Well, was he around for the first one?
Yeah, I think
or did he only jump in on Dawn of the Dead?
He only jumped in on Dawn. That would make sense.
Because
it wasn't
probably wasn't alive,
a lot of gore.
or like working in the 60s.
Yeah.
Because there was a big gap between them, wasn't it? It was the late 60s and then 80,
early 80s.
78.
Early 80s?
So maybe 10 years?
I don't know. Let's have a look. Hang on, wait. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing.
Day of the Dead's 85.
I'd still like to see the remake of Day that was straight to video, by the way, with Ving Rhames and all of those guys.
Yeah. Mina Savari is the lead in that one.
Yeah.
I've got to watch Land of the Dead as well. I've never seen Land of the Dead.
You've never seen Land?
No.
I've seen Land quite a bit.
I've heard it's good.
I don't know why. Yeah, John Leguizamo is great.
Yeah, right.
And Dennis Hopper, man.
Oh, great. Dennis Hopper.
Pretty mitty. Yeah, I actually want to watch all of them, because there's one actually after that.
There's two after that.
Two after that. Survival of the Dead, which is, he tried a handheld thing, which is, I got told by my brother, that was just fucking horrible. And what's the one after that?
Diary of the Dead?
Oh, Diary. No, that's the handheld.
Diary?
That's the handheld. So Survival is the last one. Hurry up, you bastard. Oh, yeah, 78. 78. You were right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so Day of the Dead
was the last one. I needed to know now.
So Survival. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Survival's the last one.
It is?
Yeah, 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
So diminishing returns as they go on?
Diary 7. Huh?
So like diminishing returns as they go on, yeah? So pretty much they get worse as they go?
Yeah.
Land of the Dead and then...
Survival of the Dead.
And then Survival of the Dead. Diary of the Dead. Do you reckon Diary or Survival is better?
I haven't seen either.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I said. I want to watch Diary. Yeah, watch Land, man.
This has got like nobody in it too.
Yeah, no.
Absolute nobodies. Interesting.
Land of the Dead. Land of the Dead's quite good. I don't mind it. It's good.
I'm keen. I'm going to give Land of the Dead a go.
Yeah. It's good. I like it for some reason. I don't know. Day of the Dead, man. Nice.
Yeah, I really rate it. It's good. Good fun.
All right. Tyson.
Yes, Nick?
Let's quickly do...
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that was bad. I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, and it is late. We were trying to...
Please forgive me.
Got to keep a lid on it.
Please forgive me.
We haven't done this segment for a really long time, Nick. We like to give some recommendations.
We do.
It's for some streaming things for Australian audience specifically, because our streaming services are all very different.
That's true.
So you don't know what you can get.
That's true. We have had new additions to our streaming services, which is
Disney
Apple
Plus
and Apple TV.
But today we thought seeing as we're doing a sequel, we thought we'd recommend a nice little underrated sequel.
I like it.
Also a garbage sequel.
I like it.
Let's do it really quickly, Nick.
Well, since you've got yours first, why don't you go first?
So, well,
both.
I'll do both. So my slightly underrated sequel, I'm only saying slightly underrated because I don't know if it's a fantastic movie, but I think it gets a reputation for being terrible when I would disagree.
Okay.
And that is Beverly Hills Cop 2 from 1987.
Nice.
Which you can see on Stan or Prime Video. This is the Beverly Hills Cop movie that is directed by Tony Scott.
Okay.
So you get sweaty Tony Scott movie. Everything is hot. Everything is shot through those mirages of deserts.
Oh, yeah.
The sun, it's all got this orange tinge to it all. It's because he goes out to LA, I think, or Miami maybe, or something.
Yeah.
So it's not a... hang on. So the first one, he goes to Beverly Hills. This time,
I don't remember. I only remember the first one.
Yeah, this time he's out there again, but it's a different area, so it's more.
Okay.
It's shot differently and given a different kind of feel to it all.
Mulholland Drive.
Maybe it is still just Beverly Hills. Maybe it's like, I don't know. Anyway, but it feels very different in Tony Scott's hands than Martin Brest, who's kind of not doesn't really have a distinctive visual style. I remember going back and watching the first Beverly Hills Cop and being like, that was fun, but for me, Beverly Hills Cop 2 kind of is more memorable because it's so much more visually stylish.
Yeah, right.
And whether or not you end up feeling the same way about it as you did the first movie, which was a really clever character delivery from Eddie Murphy with a great script.
Sure.
This might not be quite as much. There might be a little bit more kind of Eddie Murphy just kind of running off his ideas off the top of his head.
Yeah.
I still think it's a really great sequel and a little bit underrated. And it's the one I've seen more, so I have an affinity for it.
Okay.
But yeah, so that was my decent one. My terrible sequel is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
Secret of the Ooze.
Secret of the Ooze.
I have major beef with this fucking sequel.
Me too. Now, we are in the 30th anniversary of the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Nicholas. We are. It came out in 1990.
I don't need to hear that shit.
And the second one came out how many years later? I would say, I'm going to say 2 years later, in 92, but let's see.
The first one was dark and gritty and badass.
Oh, it was actually just 1 year later. It was 91.
Yeah, because the first one made a buttload of cash, man.
Now, you can see this on Amazon Prime as well, and it's worth watching just for the terrible choices they made. They took away all the things that made that first one interesting, because the first one, if you go back to our episode on it, Nicholas, we did talk about how it's actually a little bit more adult-orientated than it comes across as.
It is.
Yes, there's a lot of kid-friendly material in it, but it's dealing with a lot of things. It's dealing with the family, losing members of your family.
What year did that come out?
It was 1990.
How old were we?
7 and 8.
So even as an 8 or 9 year old, I preferred the original. Then that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well,
because the second one,
it was more challenging.
Make it kid friendly.
The second one is legitimately for babies.
Yeah,
and that's a problem. Is that all the things that made the first one interesting, and because the cartoon was never like specifically a baby show. We watched it because it was actually a little edgier, and so we felt a little bit cooler watching it. So when they don't get their weapons out, when they do dance routines to Vanilla Ice, like it just kind of takes away.
Toka and Razor aren't Bebop
They're
and
not
Rocksteady.
Bebop and Rocksteady at all.
Super Shredder was badass.
Yeah,
that was the only thing
Super Shredder back.
For.
But it's disappointing on most fronts because they took away all the things that we liked about the first one.
Even the look of the heads, like they looked more like the cartoon. And I was like, this looks shit. This looks really bad.
So it's worth watching just for a bit of a curiosity. But that's just on Amazon Prime.
I like it.
What do you got, Nick?
I'm going to go really out the window. So I'm going to do my underrated. Now, a lot of people underrate this movie. Both of my movies are on Stan.
Oh, yeah?
Matrix Reloaded.
Oh.
Tyson. Matrix Reloaded. A lot of people have gripes, and I understand why and things like that. But when Matrix Reloaded first came out, man, people frothed this shit. We wanted more of the Matrix, and we got it, and it was badass. I still stick by it. I'll watch Matrix Reloaded hands down.
So that thing, midnight opening night.
Exactly.
First screening at the Rivoli Theatre in Melbourne, the greatest theatre in Melbourne, greatest theatre in Australia.
But yeah, it's so good.
I was all about
From the action sequences to what they pulled off, the storyline wasn't that bad. I understand that the architect kind of fucked things up a bit at the end, but hey, I thought it was pretty bad.
It's just the beginning of them kind of... It just ran away from them a little bit.
Exactly.
I think, there was the perfect amount of ambition and craziness in the first one, and they managed to keep a lid on it. They managed to keep keep it tight. There was no big dangling loose threads everywhere. This one feels like a mess.
Yeah. Only because it isn't as tight and it isn't as wrapped up. There are a lot of things that they brought into this that people were like, well, hang on.
It's still fucking enjoyable.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
You're kind of opening doors here that I don't really want to open. I don't want to have to think metaphorically or, things like that while watching a movie. My God.
No movie should have that many conversations about the nature of existence.
Yeah, it's a little bit too... It's a stretch. It's a stretch, which I understand. But if you're going to whack it on, tell me you're not going to watch it.
Yeah, I think I kind of tune in and out when I watch them now.
Yeah, right.
I think the third one is kind of more watchable.
My brother thinks the third one is the best one.
That's an odd...
I know, right?
Odd opinion.
Only because of the Mech Warriors.
I like them. I like them too.
It's fine.
I think the third one is more watchable than the second.
Really?
Because it's more...
That freeway scene didn't get you?
Yeah, but I think the good parts in 2 are better than
the good parts in 3. Right.
But there's far less of them in 2. I think 3 is just a consistently easier watch because there's more going on.
Yeah. Well, it's the end of Days.
So there's the big battle, there's everything with Neo, there's then
I hate
all that kind of stuff.
With Neo and Agent Smith in the third one. I think it's shit.
Yeah, look, it's not great, but it's also pretty fun to watch.
Yeah. Anyway, Matrix Reloaded.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about much about this next one, only because we all saw it back in 2003. I'm talking Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle.
Did we all see it? I don't know if many people saw it. I think that was the problem. I think we all kind of went, Charlie's Angels was good. I'm not watching that. No,
that was pretty shit. Yeah. Now, 2003, you've got to remember action, it was comedy. It was a bit of fun in there. They changed up the Bosley because Lucy Liu didn't like Bill Murray. And
it's Bernie Mac, isn't it?
It's Bernie Mac, yeah. And then and you've got to remember the action sequences. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon had literally flooded into everything. Everyone was on wires.
And the Matrix as well.
No matter what was happening. Yeah. So you've literally, you're right, Matrix as well, because in this movie, not only do you have wires, but you've got bullet time as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh my God, it was just hilarious.
Yeah.
So, if you're looking for a quick laugh, chuck it on.
It's a dramatic difference in quality between those two movies because you can watch Charlie's Angels now and see that it's dated horribly.
It has,
but it's still enjoyable and you can see what they were going for and you can have a good time. Yeah, Tim Curry's in it. Sam Rockwell's in it, for God's sake, and he's fantastic. He's great. I still remember that moment when, spoiler alert for Charlie's Angels 1, when he turns and you find out that he's actually the villain.
Yeah.
Knocked me off my socks the first time I saw it. Did not see that coming. Right. And he has the drag of the ciggy and starts doing a little dance.
So he dances?
Yep. Yeah. Love it. Yep. It's so good. Full Throttle is legitimate garbage. There is no redeeming qualities to it.
Demi Moore sucks.
Yeah, she was rubbish.
Hardcore.
But all the fun of the first one was gone. All of that, it was such
too all over the shop. There were too many things happening all at once. And the CG was bad.
Yes. And it was tired. You could see that the three of them even were like, oh, all right, we're doing this again?
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Yeah. Warning, Bosley. Yeah, all that shit.
Yeah. But all right. And they're both on Stan.
Full Throttle.
Yeah,
watch that shit. Watch it.
Nick, that's going to wrap us, my man.
Yeah, man.
Why don't you tell the people one more time where they can find our show?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining in. We are Nick Tys. We do this every week if you care to join in. If you have just tuned in to, what did we watch? Blade 2.
That was about 40 minutes ago when we finished talking about that.
Sorry about that. Thank you so much. We do if you do like what you've watched, listen to. Sorry, I'm all over the shop. It's late. It's really late.
It is getting late.
If you do like what you've listened to, please like, rate, review, star. Subscribe is the best one because it
subscribe. That would be
helps
wonderful.
us a lot. Other than that, you can follow us on all the socials, which is Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do have a Gmail account, which is nicktysonvideotape@gmail.com. And if you would like to follow Tys and myself on the Letterboxd app, which is the app to find all for all movie lovers, Tys is TYS_videotape, and I am NIC_videotape.
That is correct.
Now, Tyson.
Nick, next week, we're not quite sure what we're going to do yet.
We're going to leave it in the open here.
Yeah.
We're going to see what's going to happen. We could have a special guest.
We could do any number of things.
We could be doing fucking Secret of the Use. Who knows?
Who knows? But basically, we will. We'll
let you know on the socials.
We'll let you know on the socials. We always let you know what's coming anyway. So exactly. Nick's good at posting some kind of poster or something that tells us what the episode will be happening. So that you will get a chance to watch whatever we watch before listening, if you so wish.
Absolutely.
But keep your eyes on those socials, people.
Yeah, man.
All right, Nick.
See you next time.
See you next week. Bye. Bye.